All right, we are live. We are live now. We are live, Patrick. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Voices Sign, a brand new edition of the show here. Please share the show. We have a special guest this afternoon, the president of the Grand Gedeh Association in the Americas. Madam Edith Poah is our special guest, so we're going to do a little entertainment here while we get prepared and set things up for the guests. Don't go away. Share the link for us.
Grand Gedeh Association in America. Edith Poah away. Can you? Siba.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, don't go away. Voice of SINOE here. Our special guest this afternoon is the president of the Grand Gedeh Association in the Americas, so Madam Edith Poah. As you join us, ladies and gentlemen, please share the link for us. Follow us on YouTube, Voice of SINOE in the Diaspora. It's our YouTube handle. All right, so let's do our little entertainment here and share the link. We will be right back with you to have a wonderful conversation with this great community leader in these United States of America. Don't go away.
Grand Gedeh Association in America. Edith Poah away. Can you? Siba. I yo. They just a way on sawe, punk about yo. I will go out, I will see you. Need the problem, you know that what it is. I will go out. They say back we are, and oh yeah, go out. One valley go, I will guide the end and go kill away you. I will go out. I say yeah, well, one I didn't go, I will go out. I said, yeah, well, one will go, and one I didn't go, I will go out. I will just see you, go out. Oh, look here. See me not to
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to a brand new edition Voice of SINOE here. Coming to you. Let me see, my microphone can be acting up here. All right, ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are around the world. Welcome to SINOE County Premier Platform here. Welcome to your platform, SINOE County, where we discuss practically everything. This afternoon, we are suffused with elation, with euphoria to be here to talk to the national president of the Grand Gedeh Association in Americas, Madam Edith Poah, is our guest this afternoon. And so, guys, share the show for us. Make sure we are also going live right now on YouTube. Follow our YouTube page, Voice of SINOE, as well on YouTube. And make sure and subscribe to us. Hit the notification button there when we go live so you can, let's see, I want to get my volume up a little bit. Yeah, so, all right, Patrick, hopefully my sound is good on your side. My device, it can be oscillating. I don't know why. All right, so let's see. It's good. Let me test the sound here from my device here to make sure I'm not having sound issues. Give me a second, guys. My device here to make sure I'm not having sound issues. Okay, the sound is good. The sound is good. Perfect. All right, guys, we are 25 minutes into the show. Our guest will be here at 1 o'clock. 1 o'clock. But in the meantime, we have other things that we want to discuss. So we want to say welcome to all of you. Welcome to all of you that following the show so far. Let me get on screen and I can bring my man Patrick here. So we can get the show out there for you. All right, good. All right, guys. Welcome to SINOE County, again, premier platform, Voice of SINOE here, coming to you from these United States of America. Yes, we are happy again to be here to talk about Liberia, to talk about SINOE, to talk about the globe, to talk about GGAA, to talk about our community here, the SAPO community as well, other developments that we want to share with you. So let me bring my man Patrick here so we can get going here. Hey, P.
Yeah, so I mean, it's a matter of excitement to be back on the platform this afternoon. It's 4:26 in Liberia, Monrovia precisely. Where we broadcast from this afternoon from our end. And it's also, a matter of joy to have the president, the national president of the Grand Gedeh Association of Americas, my own boss lady, the people's leader, and the woman who is changing, her community through leadership. I hope I'm good.
Yeah.
I hope I'm good.
Yeah. You are glitching up a little bit, but you're good now. You are good now. Are you there?
Thank you. Yeah, thank you. I'm good. Yeah, okay, I'm here. Yeah,
All
so
right.
the woman who is bringing the transformation in leadership. I mean, everybody is so inspired by her excellence in leadership, her quality in leadership, determination, a vision to bring about real leadership, in our community. So I'm happy to be here. I can't wait to see my president come on to interact with her, ask her some questions, and move on with our campaign. Yeah. But in the meantime, we got an issue to be talking about, and I hope we can also be touching on the president's platform, small, while we talk about other national issues.
Okay, okay, yeah, definitely, definitely. I mean, before we go into that, Patrick, let me just get some little breaking news out of the way here. Let's get the breaking news out of the way, and then we can discuss the president agenda while we wait for her. All right, so ladies and gentlemen, don't go away. We'll be right back. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Voice of SINOE with Patrick and Ggaa, the Esoteric. All right, so the breaking news that we want to share with you, the representative of SINOE County Electoral District number 3, Honorable Alex Noah, suspension was extended by the House in what the House calls non-compliance. He was suspended for 3 months the last time, and he did not comply. I think one of the things they said was the guy should not come to the Capitol building for the fact that they were suspended. And Alex Noah did not follow that one of those instructions. They give them several instructions, and the lawmaker of SINOE County District number 3 did not comply. And so, as a consequence, his suspension was extended by the House for, they call it 30 section days. So that means if you do the calculation, it's about additional 2 months. The lawmaker of SINOE County Electoral District number 3, Alex Noah, this gentleman right here, he will not be in our office to do our work. All right. So it's tragic for SINOE County District number 3. For 3 months, our lawmaker wasn't in office to work for us. And now an additional 2 months have been added. Patrick, what do you make of this, man? I think for me, it's frustrating to see what is going on. The people of District number 3, they elected Mr. Noah to represent them. And consistently, his colleagues, at least twice in a row now, they are asking not to come to work. What do you make of this, Patrick?
Well, I think it is not really about Alex here. And in fact, the same action was taken against District number 3 representative Jacob DB few days ago too. And just now, in fact, as we are on air right now, they just also suspended for 30 session days Luther Collins as well too. So it's not about these lawmakers who have been wrongly suspended, or who have been arbitrarily suspended, who have been suspended based on political disagreement or witch hunt. I think the majority block house is not doing what it is supposed to do. Look, economic resuscitation is an arduous responsibility by those in leadership. They have a focus to help the president bring this economic out of the toilet. They have a responsibility to ensure that the level of lawlessness in this country is curbed, is curtailed. They have a responsibility to ensure that the suffering people across the country, we're talking about the county here, but across the entire country, are given, legislations that take them out of poverty, that take them out of suffering, that take them out of the hot sun, out of the scorching sun. So they are exercising powers not dedicated to them. This is what exactly the Supreme Court terms as ultra-virus. So let them keep going on. Let them keep going on. The more they go on, the more they plunge the country into chaos, the more they plunge the country into degradation, the more they set the country on a time bomb. And when the bomb explodes, my brother, it's going to be very chaotic. It's going to be very devastating. So, We need to start questioning them, and not about Alex or Jacob or about Luther or about the guys who will be suspended here. This horse here is eroding, I mean, its essence. Why it is sitting as the House of Representatives, it is eroding its essence. It has so many things to do on the docket, but it knows those things and running after trivialities, things that would not even help the country. You suspend Alex, you suspend Jacob, you suspend Luther, you suspend the rest of the other guys. You suspending almost 20 lawmakers, or 73, suspending them. How does it help the country? How does it help, provide, the kind of results, the rescue results that we expect? And so I think they're adding injury to insult, they're adding water into a sinking ship, and I think I think they are eroding the progress of the nation. Yeah, that's what I want to say. But I think at least he's been experiencing. But again, it's politics. But for me, I don't give it credence, and I don't think it's anything good for us to even talk about it.
Okay, Patrick. Thanks for your view. I don't hold similar view. I think I hold something totally contrary to what you said. I mean, there were first 7 lawmakers that were suspended. I don't know what my device had. 7 lawmakers that were suspended. Out of the 7, 1 gentleman was in compliance. You got to understand, Patrick, every environment, every entity, every house has rules. If you don't abide by the rules in the environment you find yourself, even at work, if you don't follow the policy of your employer, guess what? You will be suspended or you will be written up. Okay. So Mr. Noah did something. His colleague said they suspended him for what they call misconduct. Okay, misbehavior, and they suspended him without pay. And yes, still, Mr. Noah is challenging his colleague. He's not following what they are saying. Why he said that the other gentleman that they recall, why did he call him back? Because he followed the suspension sentence. Because he knows that he has something very important to do, which is to serve his people. And that's for himself or to protect a particular speaker or somebody who wants to remain speaker. All right. So, Mr. Noah, if I were Noah, if I value the plight of my people, I will follow the instructions of my colleague so I can go back to work and advocate for my people. The absence of Senator Noah in the Capitol building does not help the people of Electoral District Number 3, SINOE County. No, it doesn't. Those guys that are in Congress right now that are suspending Senator Noah, they are advocating for their people. And so the people of District Number 3, they are not benefiting from the absence of Noah. And that's what we elected him for. And so I am sad. I am downhearted. It is lugubrious. It is depressing that we see consistently Mr. Noah is not, come on, humbling himself. He just new in the Capitol building. And so soon he has joined the fight. It's not about his people. You are a new man. You are a rookie. You don't know how that house works. But now, instead of sitting back and just observe and learn, you decided to now become a fighter. Meanwhile, your people are not benefiting. The lawmaker, chief of office staff, Mr. Oliver Davis, gave us a report from Noah's office for the first 1 year, 3 months that he has served. Patrick, that report is embarrassing to the core. But those things they're not bother Mr. Noah. One thing that the guy pointed out in his communication, Patrick, that is depressing for me, even though everything else is depressing, is the fact that the office reported that a town in Electoral District Number 3 called Chewlu Town or Gadwe Town, the people in that town, the creek that they can drink from, that creek has been contaminated. The people don't have clean water to drink. Meanwhile, the lawmaker of that district, Mr. Alex Noah, was in Morovia and having birthday party for 4 days. 4 days birthday celebration. While the people in his district, because Mr. Noah carried a company to SINOE County, they are digging gold. As a result, the company there contaminated the water that the people can drink. And Mr. Noah cannot, and the guys reported to the office, reported to us that the people don't have hand pump. The people are crying now. So we, those of us in the United States, to come and intervene to build pump, because the lawmaker of them, their lawmaker, Alison and Boy Noah, abandoned them. He decided to have party in Morovia while the people don't have clean water to drink. And those guys reported that on the internet. And that was embarrassing, Patrick. I was so depressed. I was here crying, lamenting, and say, why did we put Sonny Boy Noah over there? Why did we put this guy in the Capitol building and he is reporting to us that people don't have clean water to drink, Patrick? What is that going on, Patrick? Why did we put Sonny Boy Noah over there? And those guys, they have the temerity, the audacity to write that ridiculous report. And they said they're replying to Dr. Sayopo, the ESOTERIC, the spokesperson of the elders and the ancestors of SINOE County. The guys are embarrassing the office. Patrick, the office is very embarrassed. You imagine you, Patrick, is the leader of a place, and they say the people don't have water to drink, and you are reporting that. And you are comparing it with Dr. Sayopo, who is a private citizen, who does not have government resources, who took a wife out for birthday celebration. And he said, because I took a woman and put a woman in the helicopter, I too, I will have 4-day celebration. I will abandon my people who don't have drinking water. Is that a fair comparison to me, Patrick? Is that a fair comparison? A private citizen and a leader of a district, a political subdivision of the country, a district in a county. And the man said, because that's Sayopo that took a woman in the helicopter, and so Alison Boy Noah, he will challenge that Sayopo and have 4-day celebration. Meanwhile, the people don't have drinking water. So, Patrick, you smiling. What do you make of it? Am I wrong in my analysis?
Yeah. Yeah, I think you are not entirely wrong. To proffer this analysis, but you know what? Let's reflect on why nations fail.
Go ahead.
Let's reflect on George Orwell's Animal Farm. Yeah, you get a fan. You get a fan. For me, I ain't get calling yourself to input my fan. So, if we reflect on why nations fail, we do a sober reflection on Orwell's Animal Farm, or maybe 1984, then we will understand, how Alex and others who have been a target of political witch hunt have done nothing wrong. Alex hasn't done anything wrong, and his colleagues who have also been suspended along with him have done nothing wrong. What is happening to Alex and others is a wanton abuse of power. It's a wanton abuse of power. Yeah, please continue your thought, man. Let me do something quickly. Yeah, 1 minute. 1 minute quickly.
Okay, I will. So, ladies and gentlemen, the people of SINOE County, the young guys that are following, if you have a contrary view, you can come and call and express it. But this is how I see it. While Patrick is doing the adjustment back there, let me read this communication that was published by the office of Mr. Noah, our lawmaker, his office, chief of office staff, published in defending the lawmaker. And the report they put out, all right? There are three things. Let's see what I can. So the man, first of all, he said they provided jobs for our people. That's why he reported. Meanwhile, Noah is just one, according to the same COS I listened to when you are doing your presentation and introducing Noah and all that different things. They went to a house for birthday celebration. He said that Noah has been in office for 1 year, 3 months. Okay. And so for 1 year, 3 months, Part of that 1 year, 3 months, he was not in office for 3 months, basically because he was suspended. So he was in office for 1 year. Okay. So for the 1 year in office, what did the office report to us as achievement, as what NOAA was doing? So the first thing the guy reported to us, I'll call it by. All right. The first thing the guy reported in our report, he said the lawmaker, he said provision of jobs to young people and other folks. And we have replied to the office of the lawmaker. You cannot say you provide jobs for young.
I'm back here.
In a second. In a second. You cannot say you provide jobs and you don't give a little breakdown. How many young people you give jobs? Where are they employed? I mean, which company in SINOE County that hiring young people and other folks? I don't know what other folks is. So that's the first thing they made. So they gave a blanket statement called vague language, provision of jobs. Where are the jobs? How much are those people paid? How much? Give us the entity that those people are working, or provide the letter of recommendation, for example, that Sonny Bonoa wrote recommending people for employment. And let's see a letter too as well for one of the people that were hired, letter of employment. Give us some sort of evidence, but we have the tendency to lie. There's 1847 politics where the people go on the internet and just on the radio before the internet came, like politicians and TLJ back then, they will go on radio and just say all sort of things on BBC and no way to verify them. But now in this technological era, when you say something, we'll ask you the hard questions. So the man said to provide a job. We'll ask the guy, how many person got jobs? Where are they employed? Where are the communication, the letters that you wrote, their employment, their hiring letters, and those things? Give us some sort of evidence to convince her. They can't do it. Okay, they're just lying to our people. The man said the electrification of Wedger. The man said in SINOE County they electrify Wedger. And St. Patrick is in Liberia, or people in Liberia, pretty soon will send people to Wedger so that they can do a recording at night. You see the light the guys are talking about, they say factories are now running now in Wedger and all those different things. So we can see the man said he electrified Wedger. And Patrick is now in Monrovia, the capital city of Liberia. The government cannot afford to electrify the capital city. But Sonny Boy Noah, who has been suspended for 3 months, the man said, I electrify the whole of Wedger. And that's something they expect me, that's how you put it. The spokesperson of the elders and the ancestors, a critical thinker, a man who read a little bit of philosophy and knows what a fallacy is and know what a bad thinking is. And these guys think, I will buy these things. Sonny Boy Noah is in a serious fire here, especially when you're representing my district. You are from my district, and you are not going with anything here and can't tell me you electrified Wedger, and you cannot build a hand pump for the people in Galway Town, but you electrify the people in, which one is important? Electrifying your place and the people are drinking contaminated water. The people that don't have that drinking dirty water, they're about to die. It's 1847, Liberia has been dark and the people are living. But the other group over there in Sonny Boy Town, they don't have clean drinking water according to their own office. The people are calling SOL call now, they're calling us in the US to help. But Sonny Boy Noah turns it back on those people. And they want me to buy these things. The man said they renovated Bible Creek. Okay, go ahead. Congratulations on Bible Creek or City Hall. But is that an urgent need right now? No. And number two, why is Sonny Boy Noah doing the work of the city mayor or the local leaders of Dwazon? They don't have local leaders over there. But Sonny Boy Noah is doing, he is serving as a lawmaker, he is serving as a superintendent, he is serving as a city mayor. The mayor should put money in the budget for the local leaders to undertake the maintain their structure. But no, Sonny Boy Noah, he wants power. And so 2029, so he can get something to run on. So he is doing everything. He doesn't want to put money in the budget for the local leaders to honor, to maintain their projects, their structures. No, he didn't want to do that. It's about him. Excuse me. He wants to get glory. It's about him. So that's what they reported. The man, so we're giving Bill Creek City Hall project. taking the Zine from there and put new Chinese in there the other day. He said leadership. They said that another accomplishment they put here, leadership accessibility. Is that accomplishment? Leadership accessibility. And matter of fact, Sonny Noah is inaccessible. He's not accessible. He came to the US here. You could not meet with even his own community, the Sapo community. He could not meet with them. He could not meet with SINOE County Association in the Americas. No. He could not meet with the Crew community here. He could not meet with the Grebo community here. No, he could not do it. But they said Sonny Noah is accessible. When you go to Liberia, one of his office staff, they got access to him. Take, for example, the campaigners, the Sapo campaigners. The guys that have been campaigning for the recognition of the Sapo, which has happened. The guys have been requesting audience for Sonny Noah. He refused to meet with those people. But then the guys are reporting as achievement, leadership, accessibility. The man is inaccessible. He is not accessible to the people. No. To even call his own Sapo woman who is the president here when he came to you, he can't make the call. But the guy said the man is accessible. Why you lie to our people? And on the watch, on the moral vibration of that's how you put it. These lies will not go. I will expose all of you, a bunch of liars. You stop lying to our people. It is serious. Our people are suffering in that place, and you lie. You go on the radio, you go on the internet and lie around. People don't have drinking water over there, and you are lying all over the place. All right, that the accomplishment they posted on Facebook. The $100,000, the representative of the electoral district #1 reporter, Honorable Romeo Kuya. I mean, several months before the conflict, before the conflict now in the Capitol building. We have asked Sonny Noah, where is the money? The man does not want to say anything to us. He said, we are not in government, so he can't tell us anything. He came here the other day, we had a teleconference with him, and the man could not answer basic questions. He will tell you, you are not in government. Even my staff in my office, I can't tell them some of those things. Okay?
Let me break it some more. Let me break it some more.
Go ahead, bro. Go ahead.
Let me break it some more. And let me beg your indulgence for also backpedal a bit to something very, that was something that will interest our audience as we announce. I think while we are with the coming on of President Poah, I believe let's show some interview analysis on the president's agenda, what she has done, what she will be doing, and then maybe later time we can come back to the Alex and others story on the legislature, because we know this will take us a long time, because once it comes to the debate on the legislature, especially with Alex Noah, Ben on the spotlight, it gives you so much energy, and it gives you so much energy to talk about the ills of Liberia. So I want to beg your indulgence that we just proceed with some of the things President Poah will be talking about when she comes on. What she has done in the last 2 years, going to 2 years now, and what she'll be doing when elected for another 2 or 3 years. Yeah.
Okay, Patrick, that is very fair. I agree with you. We can do that transition. But let's just give the last breaking news here, and then we'll just focus straight on that. So let go come back real quick. Thank you for because I'm very passionate about my county, or my district, the country as a whole. So if the leaders are not doing what they're supposed to do, then it hurts me so bad. But I'll be right back. Let's bring the breaking news quick. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Voice of SINOE with Esoteric and Patrick Bolu. So the breaking news is the chief, I'll put this man on mute here, the chief architect of the organization in the U.S. called the Sapo Development Organization, SADA. I'm still trying to find those letters, what they actually stand for, but it's the Sapo Development Association. What AA is for, I don't know. But yeah, so but the architects, actually one of the architects of that organization, Mr. Slebby SINOE. He was, I can say, is the main man that actually established your organization. He's the brain of SADA. And then recently, a lot of things have been going on in our organization. And Mr. Slebby SINOE resigned as project coordinator for SADA. He's no longer the project man for SADA, based on the information that coming to us. So if you don't know Mr. Slebisne, is the gentleman right here. Yeah, he is the project man for SADA, and he's no longer, he resigned as chairman of the project committee. Yeah, so that's what is trending right now. The last show we gave you a number of people that resigned, like the treasurer, for example, Darius Moyen, he resigned. We got Samuel Shibwell, who also resigned and left the organization. He doesn't want to be part of the organization again. We have the board chair who resigned as well. I think I took a picture down. You know, oh no, right here. This is the board chair, Madam Kamala Shibwell. She resigned as well. So you can see it. SADA is literally breaking down. So again, this the board chair, Madam Kamala Shibwell, she resigned. The coordinator, the project coordinator, and the founder of the organization, Slebisne, also resigned. We have Darius Moen, who is the treasurer. The man also resigned. And then we have the publicity chairman, Samuel Shibwe, the spokesperson. He also resigned and quit. He left the organization. He doesn't want to be part. And so we want to do analysis of the guest that is coming on. So let's talk about some of the team. But if time permits, we'll give you what is causing this mass resignation. What is going on actually within SADA, for which the organization, the members are breaking apart. The new communication that Samuel Shibwe put in there, it validated some of the things that we have, our sources have been telling us. And everything, again, long story short, is about money. That was causing the whole confusion. They're arguing over money, and I will give you the details if time permits, or at the end of the program if we have time. But yeah, let's get to our guest today, Patrick. Let's get to Madam Poah here. Let's talk about some of the accomplishment and who she is. Let's talk about her a little bit here while we wait for her.
Okay, so thank you again, ladies and gentlemen. Those of you following us online from the US, from Liberia, from Europe, and elsewhere, thanks for joining us today. We are privileged to have with us in a moment the national president of the Grand Gedeh Association in the Americas. She'll be joining us live to delve more into her 2025 campaign as she goes into for second term. All right, and her second term has already gained momentous endorsement and support. We'll be revealing some of the names that have endorsed her. Okay, some of the big names, some of the ordinary names, the very important names in the community, the Grand Gedeh diaspora community that have endorsed her so far. We'll be keeping you abreast of those names, and then we'll also be taking you through the president's activities in the last 2 years, approaching 2 years now, and then so far her platform, the level of achievement she has made, her gains, her progress. Yeah, we'll talk about the challenges, and then what she envisions in her next term as president, what she has put on her platform to accomplish in her second term. All of those who will talk about them. So the much we do quickly.
Patrick, the president is backstage right now. So
okay.
let's play this music real quick. Send the president here. Ladies and gentlemen, tie your belt, make sure and share the show. We want to be engaging the national president of the Grand Gedeh Association in America, Madam Edith Poah. They call Tanyano. You know what it means in crime when you say Tanyano? That one a warrior. Yeah, the people, the Englishman will say Amazon, right? Female warrior. You know. So let's play this music quickly. Let's energize the bass, and then we'll be right back to bring the president on screen. She backstage.
Grand Gedeh Association in America. Edith Poah all the way. Can
All right, Patrick. Let's get the ball rolling here. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Voice of SINOE and the Diaspora with Ggaa, ESOTERIC, and Patrick Bolu. Our man Sam Walker is also backstage. Hopefully, you're going to activate his camera so we can bring it on. Yeah, the president of the Grand Gedeh Association is our special guest. Madam Edith Poah is backstage. But Patrick, saying you are the press secretary, even though I'm also part of the campaign, the spokesperson for the campaign. But right now, I am in my esoteric stage right now, so I put in the campaign team on the side. We are about to engage because right now it's Grand Gedeh County on my mind right now. So we're going to hold the president feet to the fire. What did she do for us for the past 2 years? And why is she coming again? And what will she do when she leaves office? And all different we got multiple questions. So Patrick, you the press secretary, you working directly with the office of the president. Please, I want you to introduce this Iron Lady of Grand Gedeh County, Madam Edith Poah. Before I bring her on screen, do an introduction of the president here. You working directly with the office.
Okay, thank you for the honor. And, so, ladies and gentlemen, all our followers, our viewers, members of the Grand Gedeh Association Americas, citizens of Grand Gedeh County, the diaspora back home and Europe, wherever you find yourself, in our diverse viewers from different backgrounds and persuasions. We are privileged this afternoon to have with us Madam Edith Poah, National President, the 60th National President of the Grand Gedeh Association in the Americas. President Poah got elected on May 14, 2023 for a term of 2 years. And having accomplished the task, the mission for which she was elected, seeks a second term. President Poah is a career healthcare practitioner, a registered nurse by profession. She's also the CEO of the Blessed Children's Foundation. Yeah, based in the United States. That foundation has done a tremendous job. Has been doing a wonderful job for Liberian children and even adults in Liberia, especially Grand Gedeh County. It's been intervening in.
Yeah, the rescue internet kind of glitching up a little bit there. Let's see whether Patrick will be active again. Let's see. Yeah, so I also know about Madam Edith Poah. So while Patrick is coming on, I'm my own there too. You know, let's see. I will keep Patrick. You'll come back again. Yeah. So to add or to supplement what Patrick said, Madam Edith Poah is a wonderful leader. She I think one of the only female I know so far during the struggle of our people here. She went to the United Nations to protest for her people. You know, she went to Liberia. She met with President Ellen Johnson Sirleaf to speak for the Grand Gedeans that were unfairly incarcerated. Madam Edith Poah is somebody who believes in justice. When Madam Poah is given a task, she's going to do it with clarity and purity. She will give detailed account. That is why Grand Gedeh Association right now, basically it was dying. And since she took over, because she's an accomplished administrator, where she works she works right now as a nurse. Yeah, Patrick, go ahead.
Let me learn quickly. So okay. So I'm sorry for the interference. So Madam Poah is a committed, passionate, and dedicated community leader, a staunch activist, an advocate for social justice, human rights, as well as community development. She has been in the United States since 1992, and her advocacy for peace today brought about what we enjoy today, the coming in of the United Nations in Liberia, as well as the end of the civil war in our country. Madam Poah has also been in the areas, of service to her community. She served once as vice president for 2 terms and on president term and cuttings from 2011 to 2015. She also served as vice president on Mr. Isaac Cannon of the Putu at Podebo for and Madam Poah served for the convention chairperson in 2009 of the Honorable Mata Cannon during her inauguration and our programs. And coming forward, she contested in the Grand Gedeh Association election in 2019, yes, and she lost to her opponent and then graciously supported him with $1,000. And then moving forward, she continued her vision for leadership. In 2011, she finally got elected. And since her election, she has accomplished almost everything she promised, and she's coming back. So, ladies and gentlemen, with much we do, we will talk more about Madam Poah here, what we are here, but with much I say and do. It's an honor to bring Madam Poah today on the show with Dark Sayapode Esoteric, known as Madison Freeman. Mr. Freeman, it's up to you to bring the president on.
Okay, let's bring. So, ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, add on to what it's a lot going on with a woman. She got a rich resume. I mean, she broke up peace within the Sapphire Association. She was the election commission. I mean, all the different things she did. But without further ado, Madam Edith Poah. Let me bring Madam Poah. Madam Poah, welcome aboard. Let me put Patrick in the middle. Yeah, you in the middle. Madam Poah, welcome aboard. Are you hearing us?
Yes, I can hear you guys. Can you hear me? And please excuse my voice.
Yeah, you are busy lady. You're always giving press conferences and town hall meetings and do different things. So your voice will be compromised. But welcome aboard. We are happy to have you.
Thank you. And I'm pleased to be here too on the Voice of SINOE, to be between these two young guys. Dark Sayapode. I'm going to be the first to throw stuff.
Okay. All right. So, Madam Poah, again, we're happy.
Hi, Patrick.
Yeah. Madam President, how you doing?
I'm doing wonderful. Thanks.
All right. So, Madam Poah.
So Doug, before you go on quickly, please, on behalf of the Voice of SINOE, the Diaspora, the CEO, his wife, and all our viewers and followers, we want to say, express our heartfelt condolences, sympathy, towards Excellency Madam Edith Poah, for the loss of our beloved aunt recently. She was later raised over the weekend, and I think it all brings to an end a memorable journey of a great woman. A wonderful person, a patriot, a peace lover, and a community leader. But let God be with you guys, all of you, the family, our mom, man Doris Queer, and all of you. Her nephews and nieces. We want to send our heartfelt condolences to all of you.
Also, Madam Poah, we 8 minutes into our time here, so just to, Patrick said a lot about you, but we just want to get a little opening statement from you here. So the floor is yours. I want to know more, anything that we don't know. I mean, there's a lot about people, but the floor is yours to give us an opening statement.
Like I said, please, my voice is very bad today. And I had to come on the show because of my appointment with Doc Poah.
Yeah.
Because I don't want any kind of a breaking news, right? So speaking to you all, I'm Edith Poah. I have already been introduced by our able and press secretary, my own little brother Patrick. Patrick, you did a fabulous job. And also Mr. Doc Poah, our spokesman, you already introduced me to the people. So just to let you know, I don't know if you talk about my family. I'm a mother of so many children. And also I have grandkids, a lot of like children. So I think you guys probably left that out. So, and I love to be able to help people in need. And that's my passion. So pretty much I'm ready for the show. You already introduced me.
Excellent. Patrick, you want me to start or you want to initiate a conversation with the president? I got you on mute, yes, because I want to crystal clear sound. Yeah, go ahead.
Let me welcome my mother, my boss. So let me start the ball rolling so that you don't get her choke with something. Yeah. So yes. So, Madam President, first of all, how are you doing?
I'm doing wonderful. Thanks.
Okay. Thank you. So, Madam President, you are here again, and you are all here for the cause of your people, nothing more, nothing less. Only for the cause of your people. You will be somewhere relaxing yourself, but it's all about Grand Gedeh and the people of Grand Gedeh. Madam President, why is it you don't sleep, you don't joke, you don't compromise anything, you don't take anything for granted when it comes to the people of Grand Gedeh, the county called Grand Gedeh. Why is it you don't ever for a minute joke with what is called Grand Gedeh County and the beloved people there?
Thank you, Patrick. When it comes to Grand Gedeh County, in fact, I would say Liberia as a whole. I love my country. I lived in Liberia and moved into the United States in 1992 with my mother at a very young age. And I witnessed the war in Liberia. And for some reason, I don't want to bring back memories for some people that are watching, but I just beg you to please, whatever situation if you're uncomfortable with the situation, please just like mute yourself but I just want to say why I'm so passionate when it comes to my county, Grand Gedeh County. At a young age, I experienced a senseless civil war, very senseless. Everyone in Liberia was pretty much affected. All the counties, were affected. But I'm going to speak today about Grand Gedeh County. And the fact I'm talking about Grand Gedeh doesn't mean I really don't care about Liberia. I love Liberia. And for my introduction, they talk about me being the CEO, the founder and CEO of Blessed Children Foundation. And my foundation caters to the needs of children from everywhere in Liberia. Grand Bassa, SINOE, Nima. In fact, most of our beneficiaries came from Nima, Bon County, Monster, so everywhere. So when it comes to like Liberia as a whole, I love my country. But since I'm speaking on behalf of Grand Gedeh Association in the Americas, an organization from Grand Gedeh County, I would like to strictly deal with that county. So Patrick asked, why am I so passionate about my county? I witnessed a civil war that did not make sense. I did not hide from people to survive because of something that I did wrong. I had to actually live among people, pretend not to be crime because, people were after me because of my ethnicity. A tribe that I did not choose. If I had the opportunity to choose, where to come from, I probably would have chosen, like, the first family for England and other rich people. But the place that God gave me, Grand Gedeh, and being a crown person, for me to be actually at a young age to escape death because, like, hey, it is guilt by association. And of course, I just look at it for a good reason and say, look, you know what? I'm gonna make sure this life, it is a gift given to me by the Almighty God. People that died, people with witness that got killed, I'm not better than them. And if I made it to the United States, the world of, where opportunity is like surplus and more besides, like I would say the dead end when it comes to the whole world. America is pretty much, if once you come to the United States, you will be able to succeed if you put your mind to it. And for me to be here, I just decided to give back to my county and my country, Liberia. So when it comes to GGA, you don't play with my Grand Gedeh Association because those people that left this world, I just want to be able to help as much as possible with the gift of life that Jehovah God has given me. And that's where my passion is. Thank you for that question.
Patrick, you want to take it away?
Yeah, so let me not monopolize the whole thing. Let me not take it, as a press secretary and boss thing. So let's get it from you there.
Okay, so let's do it this way, Madam Poah. I just want to. I'm a virtual man, so we got people on this flyer. I want you to introduce the people and tell our viewers who the people are, what role they play on your team, and how important they are to your team.
Okay, thank you. You have the gentleman right next to me with their beautiful red necktie. Is the National Vice President for Grand Gedeh Association, Honorable Isaac Nyalawe. And also, our General Secretary, the gentleman in the white shirt on the suit, is Mr. Christopher Nenequia, our General Secretary for GGAA. The lady in the black top in the middle is Yento Reese Stevens, our treasurer, national treasurer for GGAA, and a lady with the African top with a beautiful smile, Mother Beatrice Hensford Swain, is our national chaplain for GGAA. Thank you. And she
All right.
also the national president for NOW Association.
All right, good. Thank you, Madam President. We just wanted to know the people that are working with you. Our leader cannot do it alone. He or she always have people. So we are glad to know these people that are with you. So, Madam Poah, this is how I structure the discussion. Let me do it this way. I want you to give us a little idea, if you will. I call this GGAA before the Poah Nyangwale administration. Give us an idea how this organization was before you even became vice president, before you even eventually becoming the chief executive for the organization. Give us an idea how it was before you took over.
Let me just give you a little brief history about Grand Gedeh Association. The organization was established August 15, 1975. Few gentlemen came together and they decided to help themselves while they were here in America because they were away from home, Liberia. One of the members got sick and of course never had insurance. So they said, you know what, we can just organize ourselves. And the late Jabari Roberts, we can organize ourselves and be able to help. So in the 70s up to like the 80s, they decided to work together as family to be able to look out for one another because there were very few in the United States. And then later on, President Doe and other people took over. Of course, some of them were connected to that government. So they decided to help out too, to work with the government. So some of them were focused, like trying to help the government of Liberia work with the government, and while other was still here. So in the 80s, like up to 1989, so the first people started like 1975 to like up to 1989. They were focusing on how to help themselves. And then the biggest challenge in our history for the Grand Gedehs, GGAA, started like 1989 when the Civil War broke out in Liberia. So the very few decided to help the people back home. And of course, with the little amount that it made in America and the very few of them, they were able to help us to be here, including my mother and few other people. So as it is right now, GGA have, when we talk about our founders, we have three original founders that are alive. Two in Liberia. We have Dr. John G. Pine, who is in Liberia. I say kudos to him. And also our veteran, Joseph Giblo. He's in Liberia as well. We have one of the third person is here in the state of New England. And so we have all those people, like three of them here, the three founders that are alive today. With that being said, in the 90s, people work hard, and then they said, you know what, we're going to focus on how to bring our people to America. And that's how they decided to work together and bring so many Grenadians to the United States. Everywhere in America, pretty much, we are in number. Grenadians, like, in fact, outside of the United States, we have more Grenadians. Inside of Liberia, we may not have the number, but when you get outside of Liberia, we do have the number, especially when it comes to America, and well-developed countries, we are pretty much in number. So the third person I left his name out is Miss Veteran Sam Lou Davis. So I'm sorry to leave him out. Like I said, we had three founding members today that are alive: Dr. John G. Pine, Veteran Joseph Giblo, and Veteran Sam Lou Davis. Those are the three people that are alive today. So they were faced with challenges and stuff. And GGA was only, like, we have one chapter in New York, which is New York. And that's where the meetings, they used to have the meetings, they used to do everything. And finally, they decided, like, 1992, they said, we're going to pretty much try to establish chapters, like, in different areas. And then they started to develop different chapters. In Pennsylvania, where I live, became the very first chapter to be established. And so they brought in few chapters. Now I'm here. Before we got here, I served, like, I know Dr. Saya Poah talk about me serving as two-term vice president of Grand Gedeh Association. I served, from under the leadership of the great Nwani Tilma Collins, and we exited in 2015. We exited and we gave power to President Fred Ggaa. So after Mr. Ggaa,
so Madam President, before you go ahead though, before you turn over power, like, give us a sense of how the organization was before you turn over power to Mr. Ggaa. How did you leave the organization? Was it vibrant? I mean, was it financially potent? I mean, what are some of the things you did before you transitioned power to Mr. Fred Ggaa?
When we took over the Collins Poah administration, when we took over 2011, we pretty much inherited, like, we got in position of territory when the union was heavily divided. We had the leadership of President Herring Glay and then President Martha Connor. So, like, the whole group, like, we have two separate groups. So when we took over, we were faced with a huge challenge to bring the two groups together. And we did just that. By the time we exited, our last convention was in Arizona. And I don't know, I'm sure you attended that convention. Or if you did not go, you probably saw the number that was there. The union was very organized. We pretty much helped In fact, during our administration, we had so many things that were done. Like for instance, some of our members were arrested at the border in Grand Gedeh. Some of them were arrested in Ivory Coast, and there was, I would say, thanks, a big thank you while I'm on the stage today to Botewan Gonglo, Anthony, a law in Liberia. He represented our people, and he did a very good job. He helped to be able to get some of our people out of prison during our administration, and the process continued until President Weah came and the rest came out. So I would also like to extend a special thanks to President Weah for doing just that. Mana said leave, she released some people, and then President Weah also let go the final people in the batch. So we were faced with that. As you all know, Ebola was a serious problem in Liberia, and I was doing our administration. So we did not sleep. We worked very hard. And I would like to say thanks to Dr. Eugenia Cooper. She was the chairperson for that committee. I mean, we're traveling all over the place to send supplies in Grand Gedeh to make sure that Ebola did not enter our county. And I would like to say glory to God. I know Dr. Poah, you don't like to hear about that, but I would like to make you uncomfortable today. But
No, you're fine. You're fine. I mean, I like to hear it. I don't hate hearing that. But go ahead.
Mm-hmm. So, through our effort, God first, Dr. Eugenia and her team, the entire administration, the Grand Gedehs, everyone was able to make sure that Ebola did not enter Grand Gedeh. We did education, we sent supplies like no day. I mean, like we were working and very much determined that Ebola, we said, look, you know what, make sure the border is tight, make sure people were speaking different dialects in crime, and making sure to educate people to be very careful. And that, really, really worked. In addition to that, when we left the administration, we had like about 72,000 that was turned over to President Guyon's administration. And also the women, we had like $10,000 to be able to carry on the women project, the resource center. So we left like 82,000 pretty much when we exited the scene. And like I told you, the union was heavily divided. But when we left, the membership had increased. Everything we had, in fact, we took over there, I think that was 7 or 8 chapters. When we left, we had like 22 chapters. So the union was like, things was pretty much in place when we exited.
Great. So, Madam President, so you came this far, from being from down the ladder to the tip of the ladder now of leadership. You are here going to end your first 2-year term. Let's talk about some of the things that you promised in 2023 that led to your election. But first, share with us your experience in 2019 and the long wait, and then the 4 years wait, the 4 years wait to 2023. Tell us what the nature of politics that you introduce. That when people get defeated, for example, they feel so mad, they feel so disgusted, so disorganized, so frustrated. They begin to cut this and everything that they did, and we run all around the place.
Hold on a second. Madam President, you hearing us?
I can hear you. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah.
Okay.
But for you, it was unusual. It was unusual in Liberian politics. Never have we heard of that before, or read about it before. Even in the Grand Gedeh diaspora politics, it has not been recorded in any history. In Grand Gedeh County, not. So, what did you do that day? What were you thinking? What came to your mind?
Yeah, Patrick, Madam President, before you tackle that question, I think that's a very important question, Patrick. But this is how I think the Constitution is structured, right? Because right now you are going into what she did, right? So, but right now we are within GGAA before she got into power. So I just wanted to obstruct because I interrupt us somewhere because you were about to transition to Mr. Fred Gwen, right? Yeah, so I want us to get the chronology and see, because the reason why I'm doing this, I want us to get the full picture where the organization came from and where it is right now, what she had, so we can see the transformation that she has carried on within the organization. So, Madam Poah, you gave us some things here which I thought very important. You said the total, because you talked about 72K, and then 10K for the women wing, and then total 82 grand. That's a lot of money, and you left about 22 chapters at the time when you left. Now, so that was your administration. So now you are about to transition to Fred Gwen. But before you go there, don't be very brief for me, please. So the conflict that you guys reconciled, what led to that conflict? The conflict before you, because you said there was conflict and you guys reconciled the people. So what caused that? To be very brief on that before you go to the next one.
It had to do with election. Like okay. President Ggaa and President William Ggaa.
Yeah, they're calling her. Yeah, I think she got to put herself on do not disturb, or else it will be calling her. They will be calling back to back. All right, guys, please stay with us. We have a special guest, the president of the Grand Gedeh Association in Americas. Madam Edith Poah is our guest. Want to make sure. Patrick, you didn't set the president up properly, man. You should have put her device on do not disturb. You know that president, the device, the people will be calling back to back, and so because of that, I know the conversation has been interrupted so badly right now. People, I think she'll come back. All right. So, guys, it's a wonderful leader, Patrick. Listen to what she said. On her watch, I don't know whether the organization has reached that kind of financial level. 82 grand at the time when she left. And then she said they saved the lives of their people. That's what we call leadership. During the Ebola, epidemic in Liberia, it's global stuff. Is that pandemic or epidemic? One of them. But she said they worked very hard to keep their people alive. They were not sleeping. Unlike our own community here, man, we send the Ebola money there, it went vla, So, but in her case, they did something for their people, man. So, she's a wonderful leader, Patrick. What did you hear from her? What did you hear from her?
Yeah, she is. She is an exceptional leader. One thing that I admire about her and I like about her is when she commits herself to doing something, she ensures, it is done properly and appropriately. So again, in her dealings, one thing she prioritizes is transparency and accountability. Yeah, so that makes her leadership so exceptional and results driven. It only takes a leader to prioritize the safety, well-being, and happiness of the people. It takes a good leader to do that. What she and President Collins did, it was very exceptional, and I think that was the kind of mentorship she enjoyed, and today that she's even carrying along with her today. Yeah.
All right, Madam Poah. Hopefully we got that issue resolved. Maybe next time, if it goes up again, maybe you can pull your device on do not disturb. I know that people are calling you, and you're not hearing me. We are not hearing you. Say a word. No. So maybe you can go back and come back in. I will take you out and you can come back in. Yeah. Yeah, Patrick, you were going ahead with your talk. Go ahead.
Yeah. So that's the kind of exceptional community leader she has been over the years. Wherever she worked. In fact, you even heard the last time other colleagues from leaders of the Putu community, for example, they came on the radio, they came on air to testify to her excellent leadership skill. Say, no, Madam Poah, when she gets to do something, I mean, she does it to the best of her ability, especially when it comes to transparency and accountability, and doing it in a selfless way.
Let's go back and see. Madam Poah, you hearing us?
Yes, can you hear me?
Yeah. Okay, you're good to go now.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Yeah, so you still got my question that I was asking to give a little sense of what happened before you reconcile the community, and then you can transition to the era of Mr. Fred going on.
Oh yeah, it was 2009. They had an election in Pennsylvania. So between President Matakana and President Henry Glade. The result, Mr. Glade was not happy with the result, and he felt that he felt cheated, and they decided to pretty much go to court. At the end of the day, there was a huge division between the both of them, so they had like a separate team on the other side and separate, group on the other side. So that was a big challenge that had, that was related to election result.
Okay. Okay. So now give us. I mean, after you turn over authority to Mr. Guyon, give us a sense of what happened before. Yeah, I mean, just a little idea for our viewers to give a little background of Grand Gedeh Association, because where you got the organization right now is like a miracle. A lot of things went on. So I just want to give a viewer that kind of sense of it.
Yeah, pretty much when President Guyan was very young too when he entered this country, very, very young, and he dedicated his life. And in fact, he's still doing things for his people when it comes to passion and it comes to like helping his people. President Guyan is pretty much heavily involved into the Gedeh community. Unfortunately, when he took over, the board and him did not get along regarding other financial issue, and that led to him being impeached and then removed from office. So pretty much that was like he had like 1 year in office and he was removed at that time, 2016.
Okay. All right. All right. So, Patrick, if you have, let transition now to the level you were talking about earlier. So, Madam Poah, I think Patrick had a question for you earlier.
Sure.
Yeah, so I was asking about your unprecedented, unusual approach, you know, to politics. Yeah, what has never happened before. I'm not even sure it has ever happened in the United States. Yeah, and as soon as you lost the election, the same day you go to give your opponent, I mean, your campaign funds, the leftover of your campaign funds. So tell us that day, what was what was using you? What was over you that day? What type of love or passion or you know, force, was leading you to do what you did?
Firstly, election is a process, and you have to go in to any kind of a race with the mindset to win or lose loss. And you should be able to accept the result, regardless of which outcome, especially when it comes to you like trying to tell people, you know what, if I'm elected, I would do this, I would do XYZ, and promise, and you make so many promises to your people. So at the end of the day, things did not go your way. That's when you should have the energy. That's when you should be able to press on and work with the leader, that the people decided to vote for, because the will of the people must prevail. And if that is the case, as a leader, you should be able to accept that and work with the leader. I did not get into Grand Gedeh election with the mindset of, you know what, I must win. I knew it was a process. And the fact that I got into the race, I have so many things on my platform. Let me tell you, people, like I told you, I decided to be able to dedicate my life to people in need. Because, like I said, people that left this war, I'm not better than them. There's a reason why I'm here. And going into a simple election to lose a election, an election, and you decided, no one wants to stay away, but some people do that. But for me, that's why I have the most energy, because the fact that I lost the election that day, I knew that I was not in the driving seat. I could not, you know, like sit at home like I'm doing right now to say, or to tell my team, suggest to them and say, oh, we need to do this, we need to do that. When so I knew that I needed to connect well with the leader, like President Yubote, to work with him. So immediately, just to let him know, because his platform did not have education on there. So when they gave me the mic to speak and accept the result, I accepted the result by giving him $1,000. But people, I think it was the first time. It was actually my second time to suggest that idea, because my father, who is like my uncle that actually took care of me, he in contested into PA chapter election for, Mr. Party. And I was the one like pretty much managing the funds and everything. So the day of the result, he did not win the election. And I was in the car. I had him in the car. I talked to my uncle. I said, you know what? The election is over. There are more things he can do for this chapter. So I told him, I said, we have enough money. Let's go to President Kaufman. Let's make sure I hit, whatever funds we have, we need to turn it over to him. And my uncle, he looked at me, he said, oh, you want us to do that? I said, yeah, Uncle Ma, let's make sure, go to Mr. Fly and be able to give him that money, because there is nothing we have to do but to be able to support him. So he agreed with me and he said, no problem. And we went in whatever amount we had. I gave the report and were able to turn over the funds to President Kaufman. So it was actually because when you lost election, you need to work with the individual. So
Madam
people
President,
were
you're talking
following.
about losing an election, and you're about to go into another election. So what did you do wrong in the prior election that led to your relegation, and what mechanisms do you have in place right now to relegate your opponent now, Mr. Gilman?
And to pretty much, I wouldn't say, if anyone can take part in election, okay? But at this point in time, that's how you put the green cheatings, like I know. Any meaningful green cheating, anyone that has the county at heart. They saw what the union was when we took over and what the union is now. That's the saying, if the system is not broken, why fix it? Okay, because we green cheatings went through a lot when it comes to finding leadership, like people, someone who would actually make the sacrifices in the community. People would cry, or we don't know what happening to our funds. In fact, which is, and when it comes to donating, Crinchidians are very big on that. Crinchidians are very passionate people. You do not mess with Crinchidians when it comes to making donation, helping that people. They will give that very last. Very tight community. We hold together. Okay. And it is in the community, the people had like problem with financial issues. And so when we took over, the union was pretty much the union pretty much needed to be resuscitated. It was pretty much in a dying mode. Most of the chapters that were established. Imagine we left 22 chapters in President Nguyen added one to make it 23 chapters. But when we took over 2023, we had barely two chapters that were actually, you know, working. So it was hard pretty much for us. And more besides, when we took over financially, we were deeply crippled. We inherited an organization wherein we were faced to give $25,000 to, people. And one of the reasons that I participated and I have passion to be the leader of this union. I serve every leader since I've been in this country. Got very involved. I remember when I got here, my mom used to say, I'll leave my daughter. My uncle them used to take me. Oh no, we like her. My mom she used to tell the people, you leave her alone. My daughter have to do other stuff. And they used to take me and say, we just like her energy. So I learned from the best. So when we took over, we had serious financial problem. Union is divided. Oh, other people did not like how we came into power. Like, even though we did the right thing, but I guess it was something like, people did not want to see, especially those who were on the opposite side. All right. So it was a huge problem. And with God on our side, with the leaders we have, the team, the Grand Gedeh women, oh my goodness, we are where we are today. We took over in a negative, in matching a negative, and with negative balance and stuff. And now we are in surplus with all the activities we are doing.
So what? -2, -3, -500, -1,000.
We had to pretty much pay $25,000. So when we took over,
Wow.
whatever we had, pretty much we had like we're in the negative, close to like $10,000 negative balance.
Oh wow, wow.
Mhm.
So Patrick, I know you get a question that you want to ask, but
Yeah,
I
quickly.
think there's an interesting question for a viewer here. Let me just bring it on. So Stanley said, "Is the union divided? Are there two groups? And if so, what are you doing to unite the two groups?"
GGAA, Senate is whoever said it's a union divided right now at this point in time. I would like to say GGAA is the union. The Grand Gedeh Association is not pretty much divided at this point in time. We have few people that just need to come on board. Okay, at first we had GGAAD versus GGAA, but as you can see right now, the union is moving forward. Most of the GGA members, they are on board. Very few, and GGA changed her status from like organization like GGA, and they said they want to make it like a not-for-profit, strictly not-for-profit. So, they want to make sure the organization is a very small organization to cater to the needs of people. So I
So,
would say
but
GGA is
I mean, so you are saying GGAA, GGAD, I think is it dissolving or is it waning in strength? It's still not. It's not in existence. I mean, I think that's what you're trying to.
GGAAD is not where it used to be when it comes to like, GGA versus GGAD. Most of the members now on board, they are tired. And it's just that last in their convention, they decided to be able to go strictly like, to recognize Grand Gedeh Association as the mother organization. And in fact, they said whatever we do, they're going to be able to respect that. If, for example, if we went somewhere and they asked people to talk, GG are going to be recognized. And it just brought that union down to like pretty much strictly like a little not-for-profit organization.
Okay, so
Strictly.
but I think the viewer, the questioner wants to know what intervention did you make though that get the GGA to get to that starter or wherever it is right now.
Well, when we took over GGAA, we reached out to GGAA. In fact,
You're talking about D, right? GGAD.
I'm in GGAD.
Right.
So when we took over GGA versus GGAD, we decided to reach out to them to be GGAD to be able to come together. I remember when I came from Liberia, a few days later, they were having that conference and we're on the line. I was so exhausted, the time different. So we're on the conference and we talk about it. We invited the CEO to come to the convention. He attended our inauguration. He attended the inauguration. We talked and we decided to say, look, you know what? Let's try to put everything together. And we try our best. And at this point in time, we look forward to seeing every member of GGAD to become part of GGAA. And
Pacho, do you have a question for the president?
they
Unmute yourself, please.
Yes, certainly I do. I do have. So, Madam President, thank you again for your excellent leadership style. I mean, for resuscitating and I mean reviving the union towards it is now. I mean, a viable, well respected union now. But I noticed that many of your compatriots, I mean, your fellow community leaders, were not happy. Were not happy, with the manner and formed, the elections that brought it to power, were held. But all of them, they kept saying, I wasn't happy, the way she came to power, but now everybody kept saying Everybody keeps saying, I was unhappy the way she came to power, but now, every- I mean, the latest being Mr. Jeremiah Shah. I mean, he said, I was unhappy the way she came to power, but now. So, please tell us, I mean, what these great leaders are saying. What are they trying to say? We're not happy the way she came to power, but now, what is it now they're talking about now? What is the kind of transformation? And how have you bought their minds over, to say yes, the woman is what she believes. I mean, the woman is what she says. We believe she is, and she's doing some great things. What are the things you do really? That you're doing to change the mindset. Oh, boy.
Well, when it comes to leadership or any kind of a manager, they say, you want your people to listen to you. And when it comes to being president or any leader of a community, I would say in order to be, a leader, you must have people to follow you. And in order for people to follow you, they have to believe and trust in you. Because when it comes to Grand Gedeh, the community is huge. We have doctors, lawyers, well professional people, our mothers who are not even educated, they are very involved, our sisters, you know very intelligent people, all our people in the community,
You mean
people
they are not formally educated?
formally educated. And when it
Okay.
comes to, yeah, when it comes to like classroom education or whatever, like to earn degree or wherever it is, but Grenadians, regardless of their their statuses and stuff, these people are very involved. Okay. So, and when they're ready to do stuff, they do it to the best of their
So, Madam
abilities.
President, what Patrick is asking, what did you do to get the involvement of these people?
And
What what,
that's what I'm
what
coming.
strategy? Yeah, go ahead.
And that's exactly what I'm trying to get at. To be able to understand these people. I want to tell you, because a lot of time people say Edie did this, Edie did that, but behind Edie, we have the Grenadian woman. And when we talk about Grenadian women, we're talking about different groups of women, professional women, like women who are home. How did I bring these people on board? Number one, they have to trust me. They have to believe in me. I have to lead by example. I cannot give them mixed messages. The people wanted to see that in the community that finances was, secure. So the first thing we did was to establish, a system wherein the Grenadians could trust us to be able to make, to donate to the organization. As you all know, we have a financial system that is well intact, is way organized. Every penny you spend, as soon as you click enter, you would know exactly people monies and stuff not going to personal account. It goes straight to GGAA. More besides, as a leader, you have to be humble. Okay? You cannot wear the garment of authority. That authoritative garment does not work with people. Okay? You have to be a humble servant. You have to be able whatever. I'm sorry, you saying something, Patrick?
No, go ahead. He talking to somebody back there.
Oh, okay. So you have to be humble. You got to be able to understand your people. So if you understand the game of leadership, then it's not going to be hard for you to be able to attract people. You cannot be the one to be like very sensitive, because we all do not think alike. Look at us right now. I can see you, Doc. You look different. I look different. Patrick look different, right? Even the two males, the both of you guys are different. So if you look different to me, I should understand that what you carry inside of you may be different from that of Patrick. Patrick understanding may be different from you, and we should be able to understand. And as a leader, should be able to engage the people. Don't be sensitive. And you see me all over the place. So the more someone say, "Oh, I don't like Edie," or "I have an issue with Edie," I brush that off and try to reach out to the person. And at the end of the day, it's all over in the community. Oh, she is so humble. Like sometimes I see people going live insulting. And right while you going in live, talking about Edith Poah, I just go on in there and say, "Oh, I love you," you know. And one of the ladies, she said she just make us so weak. And this lady now, she is supporting me. But that lady never used to stand in the Edith Poah. She'll go live and start to say all kinds of stuff. And right on her life, I would say, "I love you, honey. You know, why she's insulting me? Lost election, get someone $1,000.
But person is amazing. I'm a testimony to that, and I think one of the robust critic of you, an intellectual within the Grand Gedeh Association in Americas, and not only that, the man is a national political person, Gibson Jerry. For you to have won Gibson Jerry over, you got my admiration. So Gibson Jerry, who used to write, I mean, tons of articles on you. But then miraculously, the man is now defending you. So that's awesome. So whatever you're doing in that area, bringing people together, that maintain that. But my president, I want to bring this to your attention. I know for sure you are doing an excellent job. Nobody can change my mind until you give me contrary evidence. But my president, we have some prominent people within the Grand Gedeh Association or within the community. I don't know. I'm trying to find the right word. That I don't know. Did they dislike you, or for lack of a better word, I would just use that word. I mean, I want to get a sense of it. What's going on? Like Mr. James Ubote. We got he was a former president as well. Those are prominent people. The former president, Mr. Augustin Manye. We got, I think he's a board member before, Mr. Daniel Pine. Chair, I think board chair, you got Mr. JJ Dennis. You have Mrs. Vera Okine, and even the former president, Fred Gwynn. I mean, I don't see that camaraderie between you and them. I mean, as a matter of fact, these people, they are supporting Gilman, who, I mean, if you ask me, he does not have a legacy when it comes to the organization. He still needs, I mean, like nurturing. It needs to be built. I mean, just the way you came from the grassroots and then you ascended to where you are right now. So I just want to get a little sense of what is generating, if there is bad blood between you and these people.
I think it's just meant for promotional purpose for me.
Emotional?
Promotional.
Oh, promotional. Okay. Mm-hmm.
And the reason it is simple, right? I would like to say, and because tell me, what would be the reason of President Ubote going against Edith Poah? I just don't get it. Right? This is a man who won the election. I supported him. In fact, I remember President Ubote called and said, Edith, we need you to send some names from your camp to work with our administration. I tell you, said from the day of election, there is no team against you. You are the only president. We have one administration. All my members were told to work with you, and we all going to work with you. And I worked with President Ubote, went all over the place, you know. So the fact that he gonna put his, he gonna actually say, look, I'm gonna campaign against Edie. That alone gonna make Grand Gedeh. I don't know if you hear it in the community. People are very much upset with that. Because I remember Prince W used to be like, Edith Poah, why are you supporting James Ubote? You're supposed to be opposition. I said, no, I'm not opposition. Once the election is over, we need to serve, and we need to work with the administration and be able to provide the needed services for our county and people back home and here. But I don't understand. So that question, it will, I think the best person to answer the question, or the best people to answer the question, are those leaders. All right. Or I don't know, is that, I just don't get it. Is that a female thing? Maybe, she's a female.
But Vera Okine is a female. So I'm trying to find out, because these are all, you guys you will make a wonderful thing. I mean, if you work together, because you are all powerful and you love your county. So I'm trying to find out, why is it that you love your county equally as they do, right? But then when it comes to leadership, they don't want to support you. So I wanted to know, like, what exactly did you do to them for which they have this I don't want to use strong words, but this sort of detestation towards you? Yeah.
When it comes to my sister Vera David Okine, and I can tell you though, my heart, I have nothing but love for my people. All right. I remember during Fred Green's administration, the inauguration, they wanted to sell fabric. So I got fabric from her. And I went to the bank to make payment. I asked her to send me an account to make payment. So I told her it was GGA's account. So I got in the bank and I noticed the account was in her personal name. So I said, "Oh my gosh, she made a mistake and sent me her personal account." So I called her and said, "Oh, Mona Davis, you sent me your personal account. You made a mistake. Can you send?" She said, "Oh, go ahead and deposit the money." I said, "Go ahead and deposit." She said, "Yeah." I said, "Why?" "Go ahead and deposit GGA money into your account." She said, "Yes." I said, "No." I said, "I can't do that." I said, "Why would you allow people to deposit the organization funds into your account?" And she said, "Look who asking." And one thing to another, I told her, I said, "Mother Davis, okay, I'm in the bank. I need to go. Please send me GGA account number." She said, "You call yourself former vice president. You don't have GGA account number." I said, "I don't go around walking around with GGA account number. So please make sure it's time for me to exit out of the bank." And she said, you know, she was upset about the whole thing. So I said, "I'm going to call President Fred Gwynn to let him know, to find out if he knows about the idea that he has any idea that you are actually allowing GGA funds to be deposited into your private account." She said, "Go ahead and call him." So while I was there, I called him. I said, "President Gwynn, are you aware that Vera David Okan is allowing GGA funds to be deposited into her private account?" He laughed. It seems that when she told me to go ahead and call him, she called. So because exactly what she said to me, she said, "Oh, you don't want to pay for the fabric. That's why you're asking questions." I said, "Please don't disrespect me." And Fred said exactly what she said. "Oh, and one of either you don't want to pay the that $40. You don't want to pay. That's why you're asking questions." I said, "Fred, please don't do that to me because he's like a brother to me." I said, "Why would you think that it is $40?" I said, "My question is, why would GGA money be going into private account?" And he's,
So my brother, I don't want to interrupt you, right? You are a leader, and what I'm hearing from you, there is a problem. A leader is somebody who solves problem. So, I mean, since that incident occurred, what have you done to see whether you can face that problem? Because again, a leader is the one who tackles problems. What have you done? What intervention
No,
have you
and the
made
reason I
to
want you
solve
to
that
know,
problem? Uh-huh.
the reason is I'm taking the time to go over this is because it is in a community and that's something she's holding on to. Okay. And sometimes you don't have to, if something is wrong, it's just wrong. You know what I mean? Because the Constitution clearly states before you can actually do such a thing to open any kind of an account, you need to be able to, you know, seek approval of the board of directors. The both of them did not give me any answer that I needed to hear, as if, all I needed to know was, "Hey, we got the approval of the board." But Fred, the both of them refused. And I said, I talked to and President Guian. Then I said, "President Guian, can I get your permission to report this act to the board?" He said, "Oh, sure, you are at liberty to do that." I said, "Can I get the chairman of the board, you know, email address?" And he provided the email address. So I wrote the people. I said, "Look, I have the fact. I need to make payment. But when I went to the bank to pay, this is what happened. And I just want to know if you guys are aware of this account." And the chairman by then said he wasn't aware, and the board is not aware of that account. So that letter was there. And she is going around to say, "Oh, because of that letter was used against her in court." And she said, "Oh, because of that, she's upset about it," because that's what I'm hearing from people every time I try to reach out to her to say, "Look, Vera," because it doesn't, sometimes when things are not okay, you just gotta be able to understand and be able to move on. Because it was that simple that day in the bank for us to be able to work things out. And Mr. Guillermo has said, "Look, you know what, Edie, we're gonna reach out to the you can hold on to that until I get to the board to let you know and make the payment." They never did that. At the end of the day, they give me whatever information. I filed a report just to find out if that was done, if the board is aware. And you're gonna hold me responsible for that. So I tried to reach out to her several times to say, look, Vera, let's forget about this. And she's still holding on to that. So
Okay.
to
So
be,
I
it
mean, Mr.
takes two to make a
Manye and
relationship, and I will
okay.
keep
So
trying
Patrick, go
to
ahead.
reach out to her.
Yeah. So, Madam President, thank you
Mhm.
thank you for correcting the errors of yesterday and setting the community now on the path of transparency and accountability, thus ensuring the protection, maximum protection and security of GGA's funds. But one question for you quickly is every member of GGAA, whether the person supposed to or not, agrees that you are doing well. You brought peace. You unify the community. You now have a system that protects and secures GGAA money. And no eating money again going in GGAA, no corruption, no wasteful spending. You don't travel on GGA's account. You don't take accommodation on GG's account. You don't buy food on GGA's account. You don't even run your office with GGA's money. In the last almost 2 years now, your operational approved budget is there. You're sitting there. You don't touch it. Everybody agrees and says, yes, the president is doing well. Even those who have not endorsed you believes and believe that you have done well. But the concern is all the Google thing President Poah has done. And the only thing we want to do now is to put something down, tangible. Yeah, they call it tangible. They say, oh, yeah, so it is a tangible now. Your opponents are saying they call do nothing. Because they don't see tangible, they say, oh, she has done nothing. They see all the other good things you have done already. They like it. They enjoy it. But because they're not seeing any physical infrastructure, oh, they say, oh, you have done nothing. So there is the issue now. The issue here of not seeing a tangible project or a tangible infrastructure and call it do nothing. What are you doing now to address that thing? Because I know if you address it now, everybody will have a change of mind now to say, yeah, the president now, she's complete. So only that part now, only that part holding you now. Only that part of no physical project. That part holding you now, for others. But what are you doing now with our issue of the physical infrastructure? What are you doing about it now?
So, Patrick, let us look at
Yeah.
the fact where we came from. All right. We said, and like I said, one of the things that, when I got in the race was we did not like the idea of people like you taking over an administration and then you say, look, you know what, I'm gonna start my own project. Because leadership is continuity. And at the end of the day, if I, the other person comes in, oh, you know what, I'm gonna start my own project. So when we all start to do different projects, we will be left with nothing but incomplete projects. And I said that with my team, we all decided to say, look, we're going to continue what the previous leader stopped and continue from there. So for those who think that we are not doing anything, paying $25,000 debt, that's a lot. Okay. And like I told you, when the Collins Poor administration left, we left over $80,000. All the other administration before us have money to work with. My administration, since I came here in the United States, pretty much our administration is the only administration that started in negative. So now we are in surplus. So people are saying, for those who are saying, oh, they haven't done anything because they are expecting tangible things to be done, $25,000 of in previous administration debt that was paid. All right. We also, right now, we are, the nursing department in the county that was closed, we helped in the process of actually try, to make sure that that program is recredited for the students to come and start this coming semester. That's something. In addition to that, we just sent a 44 container to Grand Gedeh County. All right. We want like the nursing
Madam President,
department.
that's an interesting revelation. So, 44 container. Give us some of the content of that container. What are some of the things that are in it?
We have and we have school supplies and also healthcare, like beds. We have stretchers and stuff, like those when you wheelchair, like pretty much things that the hospital would need, gowns, a lot of hospital supplies. And when it comes to like the school, we have books, we have different like cabinets where people can store things. We just want everything to be okay. Like when you enter the nursing department, you should say, look, I think our nursing department in Grand Gedeh that would even be better than the nursing class that I graduated from, my clinical class. Because that class, when everything reached in the county, that the clinical area would be well, set, ready to go. The hospital too will be able to, and people will be able to get a lot of stuff to be able to help the people in the hospital. So with that container is now on, is not heading to Liberia for us to send to Grand Gedeh. So that's something big for us. Like so many books, nursing book, like children books, like a lot of materials in that container. So it's indeed a big blessing for our county. And I hope the people, once they receive it, it should be able, and we will be able to monitor the process and make sure everyone, that needs to have it, have those things.
So, my president. So basically, what I'm hearing, though, GGAA in your custody is doing very well, because especially when you have our children back, especially the nursing school is right on course, and people are back in school. I mean, you got those supplies going. I mean, the organization is not in debt anymore. And that all of that was done without money to start off with in the first place. That is
Exactly.
a show of leadership. For anybody to say you want tangible without money in the account, how do you get the tangibles if there is no money in the account? So I think anybody who makes that argument, I mean, I don't know, that is fallacious. That just propaganda, and they don't grapple with the reality.
But let me give you
You
let me
left
give
82,000 for the other people, and you are starting out with nothing. And somebody is saying they want Martian to be built. How do you perform that miracle? But go ahead, you want to say something.
And let me tell you something here. Remember, one of the things we said we're gonna do is to be able to work along with people back home and here, right? So one of the things that we did effectively was to be able to connect with our county authority. We said we are not going to be just doing this in our own county. We want to know exactly how things are. Transparency is not only going to be in the United States, it's going to also be back home. Every penny we spend, we should know what the penny comes from and ends. Okay, that's what transparency is all about. So with that, we were able to effectively connect with our leaders. Now we have a chat room. We can come. We are talking about development in our county, first of its kind.
So when
Let
you're
me
talking about
tell
leaders, you're talking about the national leaders in Liberia?
national leaders, the legislative caucus. We're talking about the
Okay.
county authority, like the superintendent, which is like almost like the governor in here in America. So we are working with every one of them to be able to talk about development. The opening of the reopening of the nursing department, we said, look, you know what, we are not just going to open it and talk about just reopening the nursing department. The first thing we should do is we need to work together. We need collaboration between the administration and people back home. We are not just going to be doing them. We must have a say in wherever the county, the leaders do. We need to be able to participate in the process, because if you don't understand the process, how do you defend it? So when they ask us to donate, and we talk about, when I engaged them, I said, why is it the nursing department is closed in our county? And they explained, I said, what does it take to be able to open the county and the nursing department? They explained, and we decided to engage the process. But before we, going into the process, we said we want to be able to work with you people. And as it is right now, for those who said we are not doing anything, grant you that out of 4 standing committees at a college, Grand Gedeh and GGA is like, part of two of those committees. GGA also participated in the hiring or the appointment process, that was done by the the president of Grand and Liberia. You know, we started the process, and the president was able to actually he was able to appoint the president of the college, and we GGA participated in that process. So when you have to, so that's something people should be able to understand. I was able to go to Liberia first of its kind, and I would say this administration for the most part is administration of first of its kind, because we went to Liberia when I immediately after we won the election. I had to go to Liberia, and the legislative caucus, they said they do not sit in the same room. It's like they versus us. People like they were kind of divided, and I was able to, again, by the grace of God, to be able to bring every one of them in the same room for us to discuss development. And I told them, I said, we must be united if we expect results, because teamwork make a dream work. And every one of them at that time, they all understood what I said. And we decided to say, hey, yeah, it is about time for us to work together. And they are working with us now. And we are pleased with the kind of a relationship we have. How can you say this administration is not doing anything? Okay.
Okay, Malpa, I think that
Wow.
those people that are making those allegations, that I want to see the tangibles of the team that are going, Gilman and Slew. I want to see the tangible the guy.
In addition to that, right?
Uh-huh.
We also, because we said we're going to start from where President Ubate stopped. And when he left, after the statue was built in Grand Gedeh, he decided to build basketball court. And we said we are not just going to do basketball court in the county. So we decided to build, multi-purpose park where the basketball court going to be. We're going to have volleyball. We're going to have tennis. We're going to have soccer field. We're going to have children playground. We also going to have a little like hall wherein we can have activities. So with that, we were able to talk to the college authority, and they gave us 5 acres of land. Few days
Okay.
ago, we set up a project committee, and few days ago, the project committee was able to actually, submit that report and say we are now ready to start the project. So soon,
Wow.
you'll soon see.
That's great, but that's
This
great.
is this
Patrick,
is
go
this
ahead.
is a stunning plus. Yeah, this
Mhm.
is a plus. So yeah, so Madam President, you have satisfactorily, sufficiently answered my question, on this issue. So now
So
we
Patrick, again,
convince
let me
that
ask you. Let me bring another idea up again. If we took over when the union were almost like dying, right? We all know that the people never had no interest in being part of GGAA. But now look at the anxiety, look at the energy. Look right now. See how people, in fact, our administration, first of its kind again, to raise one night with 3 queens participating, were able to raise 33,900 plus.
Wow.
The first of its kind. Okay, and that's how we're able to get ourselves out of the negative. We were able to get $74,000 at our convention. 74,000 plus.
Last
So
convention,
our last convention in North Dakota. So the
74
ingredients
grand. Wow.
plus, yeah. So the ingredients are working. Then we had a
so
successful
so
woman program. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Patrick, go ahead.
so Madam President, yeah, so Madam
Mm-hmm.
President, another thing again that is unprecedented. I should be corrected if I'm wrong. I'm not in the United States, and so I would not claim to know everything about what has been happening there. But I'm very convinced in my spirit, my thought, that this is also unprecedented. First president of Grand Gedeh Association to run the organization, to run the administration at absolutely no cost to the organization. And I know, maybe I need to tell us, we in
Yeah,
Liberia,
Patrick, she up
which,
again. I think they call her.
yeah, we need to know which president which president of Grand Gedeh Association ran their office and maybe do interstate traveling without going to the account, or maybe booking an hotel without going to the account, or maybe coming to Liberia without going to the account, or not taking other things on behalf of the organization without going to the account. Maybe somebody needs to tell us who which president ever did that. But I'm sure President Poah is the first president to run the organization at no cost to the organization's account.
Patrick, you are correct. I mean, I'm here. I think she's back now. Let's see.
Put it on do not disturb though, but I don't know what happened.
All right, let's give you a shot again.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. So, Madam President, so I was asking you, why? And I mean, everybody in America is so busy. Everybody is working, clocking in 24/7. I mean, to make money and pay their bills. All right? For you say, no, I will not touch GGA's money. If I'm traveling from state to state, I will do it myself. If I'm eating, I will do it myself. If I'm sleeping, booking an hotel, I will do it myself. Even donations, when you say, oh, let's donate for a project or let's donate for a cause, you will take the lead with the highest. Yeah. I mean, the last time in Kansas City, you donated, you wrote out the donation process of the women program with $1,000. Whooping $1,000. Yeah, you touch it in. So all these things you're doing, Madam President, and is it that you don't want money too? You don't want to make money. A lot of people working every day. They want money. In fact, you took 2 days. In fact, you take 2 days off from work every week. 2 days. Can you imagine if you're putting in 12 hours, 8 hours, 12 hours, 16 hours a day?
The part of what you do,
32 hours.
Part of what we do for the president to give her more, let keep the question terse. Let's keep it brief so the president will say more.
Sure. Yeah, sure. Don't forget that this is not the kind of this from my end is a free interview here. So yeah. So don't forget. So I'm complimenting my president. So don't forget that.
No, I know you're part of the campaign, but we want the president to say more to the viewers, right? We want to hear your view. I definitely want to hear your view. Maybe I will interview you so you can sell the president to the but since you're here, right?
All right. Okay, I submit, Chief. So, Madam President, all of this here that you do here, taking 2 days off, getting 50% of your time and doing everything here. What is it you're doing really? I mean, is this something you really mean or is something leading you?
Yeah, passion. Sometimes people just don't understand when someone, passion or addiction, when someone is addicted to something, it may not make sense to you, but it makes sense to that individual. For an example, some people will take their own money and drink that lungs or that liver out. And you would be like, oh, why are you drinking? And someone that will be all in the street, laying in the street, homeless in America. I personally, for me, like I said from the beginning of this interview, I said, look, what, I would give my best why I am alive and with the, mental status that I have right now, with everything that God is giving me to be able to give back to my people and people in need. I do not have money compared to a lot of people, right? But it's just passion. It's just something that is within me that I just cannot explain. But I know for fact who's gonna take away every Friday in America to not get paid. I took off Friday from job just to be able to do Grand Gedeh community, work. The community wherein I have to actually put money into. The way I fly all over the place, put my life on the line, in the air all the time, pay for air ticket. You got to get yourself ready. Then on top of that, you're gonna say, look, you know what? I cannot afford to work Friday, because if I working Friday means that I would not be able to attend a lot of events, because by the time I leave from work to hit the airport, it's gonna be late. So until otherwise, I'm gonna take away, Friday. So for people who just don't understand, let me just give them this breaking news.
Before you get a breaking news, hold on. Before you get a breaking news. Come on, Madam President, what's the breaking news?
You guys can hear me?
Yes.
So this election is a win-win situation for Edith Poah. I just want the Gregidans to know that. For those who's ready don't know, there is no way I can lose in this election. It's, Edith is in this, and I'm telling you, 100% ticket to the bank is a win-win situation. Why am I saying this? For those who are coming in the race to see things are working and things are doing just fine for our community, and you think you're going to go against Edie and say, look, you know what, I'm going to make sure. I just don't like her. I don't care what happened to our community. Our community can go in the dish, even though she's now got us to where we need to be. But I just don't like her, so I'm going to vote against her. I'm going to recruit people to go against her. I'm sure the result that will come for you, you will not be happy with that result. Because here are the two results Gregidans will be faced with. The first result, if the election the result is not in my favor, I gain on a personal level. It means on Sunday after the election result, all I gotta do pick up the phone and call Human Resources. I need my Friday back.
I know, right?
Right? So if I need my Friday back, so that's like 32 hours a month that I'm not being paid. But now because of that, Grand Genius who wanted to go against me, giving me 32 hours a month. And they're not going to be happy with that. So immediately after that, I will have a positive outcome on a personal level. I do not have to
You'll be
fly up.
sleeping right. You will be sleeping right now.
I would be, yeah, I came from work. I haven't slept.
Right.
And I have another meeting to go to. And you can see people calling, no time. You can see that, having restless time. You can't even sleep. So after that, all I got to do to say, look, you know what, where's the next event? I'll be fully prepared. And I don't have to attend. And they're not going to be happy with that result. Because those who are coming against Edie will want to see Edie not being successful. Because why would you at this point in time? Oh, we don't know what happened to our financial status. Everything that is intact, let's remove her. Right? And the union is so divided, no one has interest. Now everybody coming together, let's remove her. So if that is the case, if you see positive outcome and you want to actually take the person who is actually leading versus someone who has just one chapter to take care of and have never had a face-to-face meeting for almost 2 years with his members, and you're going to say, is that person you're supporting?
Who is that person, Madam President?
Mr. Gilman, President Gilman.
Okay.
President for Michigan chapter. Never had a meeting with his people face to face. His vice president he haven't met, but he's promising you all these big talks, right? Where in in this world, in America, for those that are here, the man is saying, I'm gonna bring 30 Grenadines to America every 90 days. 30 Grenadines to America.
Wow.
30, big 30, every 90 days. Where in Jesus' name can that happen in America? To even bring your own child from Liberia is not easy. Right? And then every 90 days, every 3 months, you're gonna bring 30 Grenadines and they gotta be all under 50. I don't even know how many
So when you're
Grenadines
50 years old, you forget your own.
your business finished. They gotta be all under 50, right? So you know that it's not possible. The man is also saying, I will give every one of you guys insurance. right?
Okay.
This is the
Yeah.
interesting part. He said you're going to pay $300 annually. Okay. And that money goes where? He said it's going to go into, so when something happens, he's going to give somebody $15,000. First, he said the insurance, but now it's like, that's his idea now. So if we pay so much, you know how many Grenadians in this place, in this country? So how many people versus putting all that money into the account of President Gilmore? He is not really explaining to you. So are we here to make President Gilmore rich? That's another behavior of telling you, say, you know what, I would take your money from you without you even knowing that you are actually supporting me. Because it doesn't add up. Another thing, he said he's going to pay the board members $30, an hour.
Beaver.
Where we getting that money from? So all these people, they are looking at that and say, oh, okay, it's just, and then the worst thing is, the man is saying he's going to do all these things, but he has only one chapter to take care of. Now, one person that came from Liberia to say, you know what, Michigan chapter got this person from Liberia. At least try the first 30 people under your watch. Then we know you mean business. This man, when you want to talk, he knows John McCain, all the big leaders in this place. Who cares? The people that actually spending money on us are the people who are working, and working hard for that money, and some of them, they don't even sleep at home. They leave their families back, and they better make enough money, but they still love that. They still love the union and still be able to support. So who cares about the big names? Who really cares? You talk to the man, it's nothing but boasting. Oh, I'm rich. I am if the man is actually telling you, if he wins the election, he's gonna be the youngest president of this union. Where is he getting that information from? Mr. Siwa Bone was born 1942. The union was established 1975. During 1975, he was, if you, Doc, I want you to please do the math for me. Let the people see you. Isn't that 33 years?
33, yeah.
So then how is the 40-year-old man going to be the youngest president for the union?
I thought I give him 45.
The last time I checked, he said he was 38, and then I heard about 40 now. I think not 40 who going right now. You go with 45? No, I'm hearing 40 this few days. So, so I'm saying this to say that before you throw things out there, I am the richest person. I am the largest co-producer in Liberia. Where are you getting this information from? Where did you do your research to know you are the largest co-producer? In
Oh,
2
the
years,
man says the largest co-producer in Liberia.
yeah, chocolate producer in Liberia. Where is where is the information coming from? And credence to Madam. They put all of that aside and supporting this man. The man right now, as we speak, his family should be his sibling should be the one, and plus him to be the one to disrespect credence. But when they try him, they are faced with court.
He took people to court.
Michael V. Just election.
Why did he do that?
He said because the lady sent communication, impact somebody communication, because her relationship was attacked, and she sent his VP information to give her warning to say, look, you know what? Because I'm supporting Team Port, and if you don't stop it, and this, people keep going live and talking about my relationship, I will come after you and talk about your relationship with the presidential candidate. And he said because of that, he's gonna take the lady to court if she doesn't openly apologize. But mind you, this is the man who actually used to call President Weah his dog, George Weah. President Weah, when he used to be on his
Madam
show.
President, before you even go to Judge Weah, your very self. I mean, what sort of allegation they have not made against you around here? I mean,
Yeah.
they have said all sort of things against you. And government is taking somebody to court? I just don't get it.
Especially when you say a lot of negative stuff about other people, then you can't come. So in order to be able to have a leader, that leader must be able to actually have the ability to to have thick skin, to understand.
Temperament.
The temperament should be like, yes, you should be able to be, able to accept things and brush things off and keep it moving. Because that's what it takes. Because to be a leader in this community is not easy. To get me that and Gibson Jerry on my side, you know how many money Gibson Jerry done used to put around my neck and put me under the bed seating money? And
That's
never used
crazy.
to, yeah. They used to say a lot.
They're taking somebody to court. That's ridiculous.
They used to say all kinds of stuff, especially when you are female. It just make it worse because they would say all kinds of things about you too. About this community, they say a lot of things about me, but every time they say, I just meet with them and laugh and be like, "Look at Bobby. Bobby told it now is Bobby told it myself on the same team."
Oh, yeah, that's another. My Calvin is with you.
Bobby told it. My Calvin part, I know at least, but Bobby told it. Edith Poah on the same team.
I mean, that's so. Madam Poah, let me ask you this question though. I mean, I know you are confident of winning the election, and you say if you don't even win, it will be a win-win for you, right?
Right.
Yeah, but I mean, I know. I mean, Madam Poah, human beings, we are interesting characters, right? You might be thinking this way, and people are thinking another way. Say, for example, the election between Kamala Harris and Donald Trump. I mean, I for once never thought that Trump would have been reelected. But they elected him. So I just want you. I don't want you to be too overconfident that the people will elect you. Number one, if you take the female factor, our people, we have the community. I mean, the kind of mindset. I mean, just recently, Liberia just produced a female president after some more 100 and some more years. So we have this the kind of patriarchy culture where we tend to look down on women, but which I think we have to change, because I think you are an example of a wonderful and excellent leader. We shouldn't even put gender in it, because you are an excellent leader. So I don't want you to just take it lightly. I mean, I know your team is working. Let them make sure we register as many people as we can. Because you got to understand this, Madam President, you are going against the richest Grand Gedeh.
No. I'm sorry, I got cold.
Yeah, so you are going against the richest Grand Gedeh, that is Donald Trump of the Grand Gedeh Association. You are going against, or the Grand Gedeh, the crown people in the U.S.
Oh, we're gonna think this is a joke. You got former national chairman Daniel Poah.
Right.
You have former president and Mr. Mayor. President Mayor.
Yeah.
You have former President James Yubote. You have
JJ Dennis.
national president and former national president of Boston District. Right?
Board chair Daniel Poah.
Board chair Daniel Poah. You think we're gonna joke with this?
Fred Guillaume.
No. But the only thing is they're gonna be disappointed because they didn't realize they didn't see it coming. Because I'm saying this to say that it is indeed, whatever the result is, it is gonna be a win-win situation.
But I personally think though our people gotta do better. But go ahead. I wanted to say something. Go ahead.
Like the election. Let's say the Grand Gedehs say, "Oh, I'm going to support Edith, and Edith, we're going to make sure like they are doing some of them. They are majority of them though saying, okay, we're going to support Edith, right? And the election turns in my favor. It means that I have to do this thing for some more years to come.
Right.
Right? Not sleeping, going to work, minus Friday for my pay stub, and I'm gonna do this things. Like I know even my son had to call me and say, "Mom, I'm sending you this communication. Please please adjust your schedule for this program." Can you imagine that? My own son.
So, Madam President, let's do it this way. I want to transition a little bit.
Sure.
You are seeking the office again for another 24 months. what is your vision this time around? What is it? Because I know you accomplished a lot for the past 2 years. You took off a Nekete, you got all those medical supplies. I mean, our children, the medical school in Grand Gedeh is now running. I mean, a whole lot of things. But now you are seeking a second mandate from the people of Grand Gedeh Association in Americas. What is the vision this time around?
Yes, and in fact, let me show you. I hope you can see this. I'm trying to show you what the platform is, so I can go over there. Can you see this?
Okay. Yeah, I'm seeing it. It's not too big, but yeah, I'm seeing it.
You seeing it now?
Yeah.
Okay. So when you look at our project, our platform, right? These are things we said we're gonna do, and so when you look at the platform, there are other things that we still need to do. So we talk about transparency and accountability, right? We talk about making sure our financial house is in order. The whole area is done when it comes to transparency. Quintidians now trust us. Quintidians are happy. They
So,
are
my
very
person, that's a big word. You transparency and accountability. Just briefly summarize. What does it mean in the common man word?
in order. Like when you whatever you're gonna do, make sure it's clear enough. Like when it comes to financial report, people should
Okay.
understand. You should be able to give report on time. You should be able to tell people where every penny comes from and ends.
Okay.
Okay, we should understand. That Zaya Poah gave, he donated to Grand Gedeh Association. He donated $20 for which reason? Okay, to pay, John Doe's school fees. We should have the date that you donated that $20, who received it, which means it went into GGA's account.
Okay.
Where did it go? John Doe tuition, who received it from that end? The school. And then they verify that they received it and John Doe is in school. That's the trace of that $20.
Okay.
Okay? So, in transparency to your action, your words, and everything, people need to understand and see through you in order for them to follow you. The people believe in the leadership we have. And let me tell you who the people that we have right now. Madam Yento Bree Stevens, our treasurer, she has her own business, a big business that she has of her own. And this lady, you don't have to
So, my
even
person, I
worry
want
about.
you to pull the star towards you a little bit so we can see the bullet point on the side. Yeah, you can get off camera, but the platform, that's fine. So we can see, yeah, while you're doing the presentation, go ahead.
You can
Yeah,
see
I
it.
think it's an interesting platform that let the people see it. Go ahead.
You can see it
Yeah.
now.
Yeah.
Okay. So you can see me right here. We said rebuilding stakeholder hope and confidence.
Okay.
The union was so divided, people were so discouraged. I don't want to hear about Grand Gedeh Association. We are tired spending our monies and nothing is coming out of it. We have no results. Right? But now our people that are involved, they are so energized. I remember this lady at the program crying in tears, came to me, Edie, I had to grab her and talk to her. She lives in Iowa. And she said, "Thank you. This is what we've been looking for. You know, thank you, Mom." And another lady in Minnesota, I remember she said, "Edie, we didn't even know who you are, but it is true that the rejected child is the cornerstone. And you are doing just that." So I'm just giving you I'm just giving you some quotation from what some of our members are saying. So
Okay.
we have not got, and we have gotten these people to where they need to be.
So, one person first, so you got the transparency and accountability part. That part is solved already. The
Correct.
building stakeholder hopes you got that done already.
Give them 100%.
Okay. So the
Okay.
next thing, what is that?
So
GGA
we said
Community Center.
GGA Community Center. You remember when you asked after after you're doing your next term, what are you gonna do?
Uh-huh.
This is one of the things we're gonna do to be able to have a GDS center
Okay.
in America, and that could be either in Philadelphia, Kentucky, or Iowa. So that's where we want to focus. Okay. And also, in addition to that, because President James Ubate, he talked about the basketball court, we want to use this GDS center for a lot of things. Because once this center is built, we can use income from there to do a lot of things for our people.
So the center is it going to be? Is it in the U.S. right?
Correct.
Or in Liberia?
In the U.S., it could
Okay.
be, the team would be able to establish if it should be in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, or Kentucky.
So, but
And
in terms of cost, though, have you done the research and all of that and see how much
that's
it's
what
going
I
to cost
said.
us?
That's what I said. The team would be able. So we
Okay.
have, yes. Right now, the team. You remember when I told you the project committee just submitted the report for the project in the county, which is the
Okay.
multi-purpose park. And that same committee will go to work and be able to tell about this.
Okay.
All right. So I'm pleased that they were able to tell us that now the park is ready for us to start the building process. So
Nice.
with the park, like we said, in the park we have basketball, we have volleyball, we have soccer field, children playground. People can adopt any of those projects in the center, right in the park. So it
Okay.
means that, for example, if I decided to say, look, you know what, I'm gonna build the volleyball court,
Okay.
right? Then I can choose to name it, to, if I like, I can give it, Taínos in basketball court.
Right.
But outside the park, we have the name that will bear Grand Gedeh Association or whatever. But inside the park, people who adopt those different projects that they will decide how they want it to be named. And
Okay.
we so that's how we could, how you call it, Exeter. They gotta have the funeral home.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
Yeah, I just met with him and he said I should tell him the project for him to adopt, and he's willing to do that for his mom. So that's a
Nice.
good thing.
So you got agriculture.
So the agriculture right here, you see, that's one of the things. Besides the agriculture, we talk about the financial malpractice and we explain all of that. That's 100%. That's all here. Okay. Then the
Okay.
agriculture right here. So the
Okay.
agriculture now, while the school, we started with the nursing department at the college. They have students who are very much involved into agriculture. We want for us to be able to say, look, you know what? When you go to Grand Gedeh, you will have this particular, food that's strictly from Grand Gedeh. So we want to be able to connect with the college and be able to sponsor the agriculture department that will be able to, because the land they have, I believe 150 acres of land at the college. So they can give to students and will be able to help with this center and be able to grow our own food crop, whatever they decide for us to do through the students. All right. In
Okay.
addition to that, we said we're gonna love it, you know, for the Grand Gedeh role. When we won the election, I traveled to Liberia and I met with our Grand Gedeh caucus and told them, I said, what happened? Why is it? Because I was told that through AFL, the Armed Forces of Liberia,
Mm-hmm.
they carry on like an activity like rehabilitation of roads in different counties. So I asked, I said, why it's not happening in Grand Gedeh? So I met with the leaders of the Armed Forces of Liberia, and they said in order for it to happen, our caucus team need to be involved. So I met with them and discussed that. And while we were doing that, just quite recently, when President Poah won, you saw
Mm-hmm.
that role. They
Mm-hmm.
tried to address that role. So, like we said, we're gonna be able to love it.
Okay.
And we were blessed when President Poah took over and he prioritized that role too. So hopefully, because during the rain season, things were not good, and now they said things are getting much better. So our eyes are on that too as well. It's a work in progress. Okay.
Nice. Nice.
And in addition to that, we talk about education and healthcare empowerment. Remember, we said we sent out a 44 container to Grand Gedeh,
Right.
right? And that had healthcare and education supplies. So in Liberia, we have the Gedeh Mountain. We have, when I went to Grand Gedeh the last time, I saw they were trying to construct a beautiful hospital in Grand Gedeh. But the hospital would need administrators, director of nursing, dietary aides, housekeeping staff. They will need a lot of people. So if we can now try to focus on, especially like healthcare, and because when we want to get scholarship, we're going to tell people what we really need in the county.
Okay.
So we have students there. So we are focusing, like you're talking about, the next term now to be able to provide scholarship for students.
Okay.
In the area of healthcare, and people who gonna and be able to do teacher training and stuff like that, so they can give back to the county, because we need teachers in the county. In addition to that, we have people like, if you when you start to hear noise somewhere, people are talking about, oh, the Gedeh Mountain gonna be open, the Gedeh Mountain. But if that mountain opens right now, we don't have too many people that will come from our county to work. So we want to make the case by trying to give people scholarship and see if you are interested in this area. And once you are going to school in this area of money and whatever it is, to make sure that when that mountain is open, or you can go any other place, but start to focus on in that direction, because we don't want our own citizens to be in the county and don't have to drive, and other people come and be able. But we want to be able to make the case to say, look, John Doe is good and he's qualified. Why can't he get this position?
Yeah, yeah.
But
So
we
you
are
build the people first before the jobs start coming in. Okay. Right.
exactly. You got that. So that's area two that we still need to focus on, right? And then we said
Mhm.
we're gonna be able to empower our chapters, right? Like we have some chapters that were down, like Maryland Metro DC chapter for years. Maryland DC chapter,
Mhm.
we just they just came back, with force. And Maryland DC chapter just was one of the chapters I won chapter of the year, but for years back the chapter was not operating. So we're trying to empower these various chapter. I'm traveling. I went to like Arizona, South Dakota, North Dakota. I've been traveling all over the place.
So in what way are you empowering the chapters?
What we are trying to do to encourage them first, to be able to to reawaken themselves, recruit members, make sure that they understand that there's a need for these chapters to not go dead, for them to be able to come back, and for us to be able to work together. And what we are trying to do to make sure that once we get there and they get discouraged, we say, look, you know what? Do not be to the people will be able to connect with you if you lead by example. So follow what we are doing. Like pretty much what happened on the national level should be able to happen on the local level. And
Okay.
that's something, it's a work in progress, and that things that we need to work on as well. More things that the woman empowerment initiative. You see the Grand Gedeh woman,
Hmm.
the money that we send, the 9,000 plus we sent to Grand Gedeh Community College, was actually paid by the Grand Gedeh woman after the program in Kansas City, Missouri, the woman event that they had. They
Hmm.
told me, they said, Madam President, you, our president, since you said you wanted us to open the nursing department, the woman gonna take the responsibility and pay for that. So the women, what they want after that program, they said we should be able to use the women program to open the nursing department. And I say special thanks to Chair Lady Mana Etta J, and Helena Money, assistant, and the Midwest Chair Mommy Flan. Plus all the GGAA women, even if they were there and or they were not at the event, Grand Gedeh women are very much powerful women. I mean, you everywhere you go, you will see the women, outnumber the men. And when it comes to spending, the women are there. So things that we see happen here right now, I know the women of Gedeh are not people to mess with. They have the
Excellent,
platform.
my person. You can sit down. That's excellent platform that I think will have a clear vision of where we are going now. I mean, if you can have your seat, that would be excellent.
No problem.
That's a different vision from what Gilmer is bringing. Gilmer is bringing. He wants to bring 30 people every 90 days.
Yeah.
In no time, no Grand Gedeh, nobody will be in Grand Gedeh anymore. That place will be empty. Um, we will be paying board member than $30 an hour. I mean, that's a different vision. I mean, that makes it. But Madam President, you talk about chapter empowerment.
Mhm.
And I heard from
So,
you,
so, so,
PS
so,
Pastor,
so,
before
so,
I'll
so
bring you on, Shirley, please. And you talk about chapter empowerment, but and I also heard you talking about Gilman is struggling with the chapter. I mean, because it's on your watch, and this guy is on your leadership. You're the national president, and he is struggling with his chapter. Have you tried to help him out to because you're talking about empowering the chapter, and
Yes, I
now
do.
Gilman is struggling.
In fact, the chapter members, I spoke to his vice president.
Okay.
Mr. President and Gilmore has been attending our meetings, but his vice president and other members, I spoke to them to see what needs to be done because the last time they said they wanted the chapter to be dissolved. They don't want, President Gilmore to be that leader because they barely see him and the chapter is buried now. So we plan now to be able to visit the chapter and see what we can do to be able to put things in place. But we had so much challenges when we took over, and we're trying to prioritize the most. And this time around, we're going to be able to prioritize Michigan chapter because it's a new chapter. And the fact that the people are trying to say they're going to actually, make sure that the chapter is dissolved. And I talked to the vice
Did you say
president.
dissolve?
Yeah. So and I talked
It
to
was
them.
established under your watch, right?
It was at their convention. It was actually it was doing this the same time we pretty much took over. That's when
Okay.
so yes, so that credit goes to President Ubote, and they both sent the letter when we took over, so that he received his final letter like in August and out pretty much
Okay, Patrick, you
because
got
it
a
was
question?
announced at the convention.
Patrick, ask a question and I
Yeah,
can bring the viewers in here and see what the viewers are saying if they have question for the president here. Yeah.
yeah, Madam yeah. So Madam President, thank you. What I want to ask, the Edith Poah that I know, that have known over the years, cannot hurt a fly. Cannot condemn any human being for whatever reason. I mean, even those who come against us, sometimes she appreciates them and show them love. Have you ever, in your thought, in consideration, condemn people, as not being educated, in the diaspora community back home, talking about people's have you questioned somebody's education before and say, oh, that person not educated, that person educated? Have you done that before, Madam President?
You know what? In life, we got to be very, very careful. Okay. And because I understand that, I would not overlook anyone. Even like baby, that's why children, anyone, any age group is pretty much attracted to me because I respect people. All right. This life is not all about education. And like I said, there are a lot of people who even pay when we come to talk to like classroom education or whatever it is. People in the people actually like they are investing in this dream like it's no day. I would not overlook anyone, but we have our rules in place, our constitution. The constitution is pretty much clear, okay? To say in order to be a leader, you must be at this level. So if people are saying, for example, Edith Poah is not qualified as per the constitution, I should be able to prove myself. And I think it is so unfair to have a leader when people are saying you are not qualified instead of you showing your document to say, look, I am qualified. Here are my document. Then you're going to actually create like fake propaganda and say, oh, they say we the people we are not educated. Nobody's talking about the people, and that no one gets time to talk about the poor people who over there that not actually investing in this organization. When I say poor people, I'm talking about how Liberian we say stuff, right? People who are investing in this junior. I'm not talking about, oh, they don't have anything. I'm just trying to say it's our Liberian way, like people who really don't want to be bothered with anything, and they just sit there and we're gonna be like, oh, talking down. But then it's not our administration. Every member of administration, they have the character that we can defend at any given point in time, because our expectation that we set in order for us to hold people accountable, we must hold ourselves accountable first. You cannot, there is no way you can lead people when you are giving them mixed messages. You must lead by example. And that's where, when we come to Mr. Christopher Nenekweah, Chris lived his life helping our General Secretary. He lives his life helping people. He does not talk down at people. Chris goes to Grand Gedeh pretty much frequently to be able to help his people. Our treasurer, Yento Bree Stevens, she has her own organization. Yento gives back to the organization. She does not disrespect people. She's someone who actually respect people a lot. Madam Beatrice Hansford Swan, she's a president, national president of now association. So we don't believe in talking to people. We believe in actually trying to bring people up. Okay, like you look at my campaign manager, he was not even expecting us to call him, but we called him. He said, "Madam Poah, you sure I can do?" I said, "Yes, you can do it," because you have to be able to, you know, take people from where they are and respect every individual, not because of your level. And there shouldn't be any level when it comes to Grand Gedeh Association activity, but when it comes to actually trying to say you want to be a leader, you must be qualified according to the laws we have. So when we're trying to talk about the individual who is in front of the ticket, then they go and start to disrespect all the other people back in the community and say, "Oh, you know what? They said we are not educated, so we the educated people must get one side." No, that's not what we are saying. Nobody on our team will go and say, "Oh," and talk down our people because they are not educated. All right. If you listen to the people, Kenny, they're talking about, they said the individuals on the ticket that will represent us, that will go and represent us outside this union. They must at least, have, what the Constitution requires. So we are not disrespecting people, just to clarify that. And if anyone out there feels that way, I would say, you know, please understand that we will never, never talk down at anyone. And you all know me when it comes to how I operate in this community. Would never do that.
Some of the president, Stennis, someone is saying we, the Sabo people, would like to solicit your expertise and support to unite us because we are divided. We are going for election this year, and I think there could be an opportunity to help bring us together. Is that something you're willing to do?
I am willing anytime. I did it before, and anytime you need me, just let me know. And once that fits my schedule, of course, I will be able to give it my best. That's a great idea. It is better for people to be united. Like I said, teamwork make a dream work. And where there's division, of course, you're gonna struggle to be able to get the needed, things that you need to be able to help out. So it's very important. Teamwork makes the dream work.
So another viewer said, "Wow, I think when we were talking about the you and Mrs. Okai stuff." So he said, "Wow, meaning you cannot solve your own problems over the years." Well, that's a very unfortunate. That is very unfortunate, given your environment, Western world. LOL. So any reaction to that comment?
When the person say, you mean you cannot solve your own problem everywhere, right? Even in the great United States, you see people. We have prisons like in Liberia, we have it here. There are people who want to break the rules, and even though when they give you guidelines, they say don't break the rules, and they want to break the rule if you want to. And they also have a system wherein they can say, "Look, we're gonna forgive you, but just tell us that you are okay and be able to come back and put your life together." So I'm saying, why am I saying that? There are some things you just cannot be able to change, but as based on whatever it is, when something is wrong, you got to be able to say, "Look, this is wrong." You cannot just
So, Madam President,
not
you
correct
you you
mistakes.
just came from work. This morning. This afternoon, you've been with us. It's been a long time. I just want you to kind of just throw light, and then the last thing you just give your closing thought or anything that you want to put out to the viewers or the listeners, so you can do that. But the last thing I want us to just touch on, if Patrick has something, I will also bring Patrick in. But um, I mean, you have done well, at least from what I have seen and what I'm following. You have done an excellent, wonderful, and fantastic. Bookman would say supercalifragilisticexpialidocious work. So that we can challenge at least from my end. But I want to know. I'm also like you. I'm sanguine. You're going to win the election, and it is not about you, Madam Poah. I think you used a word earlier. You said leadership is continuity, right?
Correct.
Continuity, it continues, right? So you are an excellent leader. So I want to know, who are you, or I mean, not who, but what are those people that you are working on now when you leave? Because I am thinking now post Poah Nyangula team, when you leave now, because all these good things you are doing, if you don't have a good leader to build on what you are doing, the organization will go to square one. So my thought right now, who are you building to take the baton when you leave the scene?
Very good question. And it is important for any leader. But let me just start with me. The work we are doing right now, our administration, we do not want GGA to ever go back. All right? So we are going to work on bringing the team that will actually succeed us. Because the systems that we're going to put in place, we will need people who are able to maintain that. Because what's the essence of actually putting system in place when you know you are not looking for perfect replacement to come in to continue? So we have a lot of qualified people in the community right now. And our focus is the election for Grand Gedeh community. Like when we took over, we have very few people that were that had interest in working with us. But as it is right now, we can see a lot of people in the community that are, pretty much competent to be able to lead us with our help. It doesn't really have to come from Team Put or whatever, but the most qualified person, will be able to advocate for the person to actually be able to lead this dream, because it is important.
So I mean, I agree with you. Will have multiple qualified people within the community. I mean, and again, you're doing a wonderful job. Yeah, is Patrick from way Liberia. He's all the way on the internet in the darkness. He's still with us. That's how committed he is, even to the community. I follow the chat room. Patrick is up and giving information to the community. That's how wide-reaching your involvement is. But those qualified people do you have you started narrowing down the list? Because if you have a bunch of qualified people, all of them cannot serve simultaneously or at the same time. So you need a select few. Your man Jesus, there were a lot of people that are following, but he took 12. So those a lot of people, have you identified people in the maze that would take the torch after you should have left the scene?
So right now, like, I know within the union, you have people, like few people who, today, if I was faced with that question to say, make sure you choose someone to be able to be the head of this union, and I had a power to appoint, I know Grand Gedeh Association have people, individual that can actually get up to that level with our, collective effort. So again, imagine going down the road, couple of years from now, we'll get even more people, and we'll have the opportunity to be able to choose to see who's gonna come out and say, look, I have interest. But my team, we are not focused on that yet, because we know it hasn't been the time for us to be able to focus on replacement. So we are focusing on the election and how to put system in place for this administration and the community.
All right, Patrick, do you have a question for the president so we can wrap it up? She's been off for a long time. Let's do justice to her.
Yeah, please. I don't want also hold the president forever.
Yeah, I don't want to keep you in the darkness as well.
Oh yeah, definitely. So Madam President, I want to say thank you. I want to say thank you for your leadership. Very exceptional. Yeah, the quality, the excellence of your leadership is something, for anybody to really tap into to become successful tomorrow. Yeah, your detail for transparency and accountability, it's something that has inspired so many people. So but Madam President, before you go quickly, this is something, your endorsements list. It has hit over 60 now. All right, it has hit over 60 now. All of the big endorsements that you have getting from your community leaders, your counterparts and people. Are they reaching out? Are they involved with the campaign? Are they
Are they supporting the campaign? Are they in their various states, chapters, ensuring that yes, what we say we stand for it? Like Mr. Cherry Judoka said, we should not only endorse but make sure that we also get involved. Are they really helping you?
Yes, these people are wonderful people, and they are determined to see us, being re-elected. And most of them are leaders within their communities, and they are doing, they are working towards us when they are campaigning heavily.
Yeah, so Madam Poah, uh, before I let you go, I mean, now it's registration going on or all of that. How much registration if you want to vote to go that Kentucky, right, for this election
Mhm.
to cast your ballot, to vote for you or not to vote for you. I mean, how much are we paying for registration? Who should we contact if we wanted to register or to be part of the process?
So, in order to vote, chapters have different fees. I think so far the lowest fee, is in Metro DC chapter, which is $10 per member to vote.
Okay.
My chapter, which is Pennsylvania, and your chapter is $40 per person
So
to vote.
Maryland and Pennsylvania. Okay.
Yeah, Pennsylvania is $40 to vote. And we
Okay.
have where the election is going in Kentucky is $50 to vote per person. And also we have South Dakota is $20, North Dakota is $20. I believe Iowa is 30 or $35. And so most of the other chapters you can contact them. I'm just giving you ideas about those few chapters.
Okay.
And chapters are different. Chapters have different fees.
I see. I see. So I mean, is there a
And I'm
process in?
sorry. So if
Uh,
you live in an area where there is no chapter, then you're gonna register with the National Administration, which is $20 per person.
okay.
30 $25 per person. I'm sorry.
Okay. So I mean, just so I mean, we get a free and fair election. Is there a way to stop the rich guy that we're voting against to not do voter tracking? Is there a way? Because Patrick in bro, I'm talking about voter tracking. They can take people from other people and just put there. They carry the we're running against a rich man now, so the man can do voter tracking. It's possible.
No, if it comes to
That joke.
if it comes to that, I know that we got many Peter Darcy who is rich too. We got a couple of rich people, but
Oh,
we're not
got a
doing
lot of
that.
rich people too, eh?
A lot of rich people, but we're not
Oh,
doing
okay.
that.
Okay.
We are not doing that. You got to be the constitutions, clearly, you know, state who it tells all, who can vote in an election. So
So
we're
how
gonna.
are we doing though in terms of registering people? I mean, is it encouraging on our side?
Oh, for team port, it looks good. It looks good so far.
Okay.
It
Okay.
looks good. I'm impressed with the number.
Okay, good, good.
But I'm not
We
talking about. I'm not talking about Miss President Gimon or good though, because
no, no,
when you listen to Gimon and Gimon, we winning the election,
no. I listened to him on Prince Double Show the other day. Infinity winning all the
all the
states.
states.
I think the only state I think he considered Minnesota or something, but all the
Yeah,
states.
Minnesota ain't saying five. Minnesota may turn in his favor. So why we having an election?
All right, Madam President, I want to say thank you. Let me give you time to give our opening thoughts. If there's anything we left out, you can also measure it, but it's time for your closing. Let's do that.
Okay, Mr. Dykes, I put there, my brother.
Understood by the chosen few.
I know. Mr. Dykes, I put beloved wife, your family. I would like to say thanks so much for you know you inviting me, and on behalf of Grand Gedeh Association, I would like to extend special thanks to you and your family, and of course your Versa Gedeh, Versa Sano team. Okay, Patrick, my own son, Patrick. I don't know you in the dark. Thank you so much, Patrick. I really am so impressed. I'm happy, for the things that you do. It takes, I don't know, someone with big heart. You always say, I love to help. I don't know. I think pretty much you have a very good heart when it comes to helping the needy. to be in Liberia and do the things that you do, sacrifice your sleep time, put in so much hours. Like, I don't know how you sleep, for real. I was the one faced with that problem, but you are worse. I just want to say thanks, on behalf of the team. The entire team, port team, all the members of Grand Gedeh Association, our Gedeh community, Liberian community, our people, especially people from SINOE, because I know most of them here watching. All right. And the entire crew, that on here watching, I say thanks so much for taking the time to listen. And if you need to contact me, because a leader does not know it all, we stand to, like, we want to learn more and we want to know more. So if there's anything that is going on today while I'm on this platform that you really don't like and you want to see, things being fixed, you can always contact Ggaa Poah, or you can contact me. If you have my contact information, he will be able to provide my information. So you can let us know, because we encourage people to be able to do some peer review, or people who are actually watching the show to be able to call us to let us know as well, things that we need to work on. We highly appreciate that. So with that, Grand Gedeh election is around the corner to my fellow Grand Gedehs. All right. This is not time to get into your feelings. For those who are saying, "Oh, the person does not, she doesn't call." I just want you to put yourself in my shoes. Where we have so many Grand Gedehs in this country, and I'm calling people, and someone else says, "Since she called me, she didn't call me back yet." All right. I just want you to understand that I love every one of you people. But if I could make it to call everybody, I would do that. But it's just not easy, right? So for you that think, "Oh, she doesn't call," don't think any less of, like, "Oh, she doesn't care about me." I care about everybody. I love you. All you gotta do is maybe text me and say, "Press will call me," and I will be able to reach out, because there are some numbers I don't have, and I'm hearing some people say, "Oh, the person doesn't call." But if you know who I am, whether I know you or not, once you are from Grand Gedeh, you are from Liberia, anywhere, I still love you. I may not reach you, but please don't take it personal. Don't feel like, "Hey, I love you less than any other person." Just that maybe I don't have your contact, and or I am busy. Just take the time to call me, and I'll be able to return your call as well. But it is not intentional. For those who are going against me, I wonder why, and some people will say, "Oh, she doesn't listen." If I don't have the, like, listening skills, then how is it that leaders of our team, our team just don't have working people, like people, these are people who are leaders. Like I said, and Chris has his own company. Miento has her own company. Madam Peace, national president, you know, Pastor Solo. So these are people who are leaders. How can they now work with me if I don't have that listening skill? So for some of you people, if you feel like, "Oh, I'm not supporting Edie," I really would like to hear from you. And I just want you to know where we got this junior from. If it is because of personal feelings, please don't do this to our community. Don't do it to our old, people that are struggling. This union is about time for Grand Gedeh Association to continue where she's at and move forward for progress. So again, let's work together, and I look forward to you coming on board Team Poah for us to be re-elected, so we can be able to build a multi-purpose park, get our community center together, make sure we be able to give people scholarship, we'll be able to do all these great things. And together, I know we will do it. And finally, for anyone who's out there and thinking, say, or they're talking down at the people who are not educated, what? It means I'm even talking down myself, because there are a lot of people in the community that are way educated than I am. My mother, my beloved mother, you think I'm going to talk down my own mother? But people that, right now, when you ask me to go on stage to sing, I will not be able to represent Grand Gedeh because I cannot sing. So we have our own areas. If someone is not ready, if the person is not qualified to lead us, don't make it look like it's your problem. because that person going to represent you. We are talking about the people on the ticket. We are not talking about any particular Grand Gedeh. Say, oh, these Grand Gedehs, they are not educated. Nobody's saying that about you all. So it's just propaganda they are carrying to be able to say, and these people are the one that are actually talking down at you for saying you are not educated. So please, my people, let's work together and be able to move our union to where it needs to be. May God bless our union, and thanks so much for your time.
My brother, thank you so much. But before you go, the Prince put something here. He said the rich people in the community, that Editon, Bobby Turi, that Otavio Gibbon, that Peter. But I don't see no woman, no rich woman in Grand Gedeh Association. The men are put McCavin here too. McCavin are rich men too. The women, you guys are not rich.
Never. So tell them to go through that homework again. The women that will outshine them. So who be sponsoring Grand Gedeh Association?
Are they rich men? Okay, Madam President, thank you so much. Thank you. Really appreciate your time. Thank you so much. Go and get some rests. Patrick. I want you to get a closing thought. The rescue mission. I mean, rescue light is messing with you, man. Yeah, so I want you to close so you can get to rest, and I'll just climb out. I got one more thing to discuss with the people.
CEO, thank you so much. Again, I'm going to say thanks to my president, thanks to my mother, my boss, thanks to all my friends who joined the live today to also follow us.
No, I said I didn't mean to disconnect because Patrick was about to speak and I mistakenly turned the phone off.
No, I did. It's not you.
Oh, okay. So thanks so much. Bye.
All right. Yes. So thanks to everyone from the diaspora that joined us today. Those from Liberia that joined us also too, and everyone for your following, your viewership, and everything and your support today. We'll be back next Thursday with another edition. I want to say again, it was a good show. Make sure that you vote for President Poah on May 11 in Louisville, Kentucky. All right, there where the convention will be held on May 11. Make sure you vote for her. Give her a second term so that she can complete the mission. She has started. Let's make history together so that the Grand Gedeh Association will do what it's supposed to do for the people of Grand Gedeh. Doug, thanks to your wife, our deputy CEO, and thanks to everyone for joining us today. So I'm in darkness now, so the much I see and do, I go. Thank you.
All right, Patrick, thank you. I think I will reach out to Gilman and see what we can bring in next show as well to hear from Gilman. Yeah, so we can balance the equation. All right, ladies and gentlemen, one last thing that I want to talk about before I let you go. Yeah. This is the voice of SINOE. We always get backup issue. We want to say thanks to President Poah for the wonderful time with her. She explained, broke it down to us. So the people of Grand Gedeh, it is unambiguously clear who is the right leader for the organization. It would be a huge digression if you were to go in the direction of the Donald Trump of the Grand Gedeh Association in the Americas. You see what the American Donald Trump is doing right now. He is firing people. He is getting people from jobs and cutting budget and here and there. We have this Donald Trump within our community as well. They have the mindset of the old versus new generation, old generation, new generation. Okay? So when you bring this guy, listen to Gilman and Madam Slew. They have, you got to pay attention, and that's what Voice of SINOE is here for. We are paying attention. When somebody is speaking, pay attention to the language the person is putting out there. So if you listen to Gilman, they have the they call them the old politicians or the old people that have been leading the organization. They have this animosity towards that sort of group, So, and that's why when I see Mr. Honorable Pine, for example, is Mr. Pine paying attention to Gilman? Because Gilman is coming as a revolutionary to rebel against the old order. Okay, he's against the old people. I mean, because he's saying the old people, they did not do anything for the community, which is fallacious, which is not true. Because if the people that established the organization, if they did not do anything, the organization would be deceased. It would be dead by now. But they maintain the organization. But government is coming with Donald Trump attitude and saying, you know what, these people failed the community. So I will make sure and give them the axe, A-X-E. He will chop them down. And so I see Mr. Poah is supporting the JJ Denny, Nina, but I've been around saying Joseph Jingy Robert days. And those are the people government is coming for. So he bringing generational change. He wants to change the old order and bring in the new order. So they are supporting it right now. And sooner rather than later, I will hear the same. Mr. Honorable Poah will say, you know what? Government is not listening to me. And Edith Poah, who is listening, the man said Edith Poah is not listening to him. And government is not a puppet. The man is a rabble rouser. He wants to rock the boat. Or if you like, he wants to flip the boat over. That's what Gilman wants to do, because the flipping of the boat is against people that establish the organization, people he feels that been on the political scene for a long time. He wants to change those people, and that's what Gilman is campaigning. Just listen to the brother; it's clear, it's incandescently clear from what he is saying. I mean, it's not hard to decipher. All right, now I want to switch a little bit here to SINOE County here. One thing on the agenda that I want to exhaust. So if you want Grand Gedeh Association to remain sane, to be SANE, sane, all right, then you maintain Edith Poah and Mr. Nyanwe. All right. Other than that, it will be a huge digression. But now I was talking, my talking point earlier, I gave you this breaking news with respect to the Sapo community here, you know, and that's why we need people that Edith Poah to hold our people together. All right, because in every community you have rabble rouser, you have iconoclasts, those people that can break things, right? And so you have the same thing within, because Mr. Poah set an example, right? He divorced himself from the Grand Gedeh Association and established his own organization. As a consequence, other Liberian organizations here, they start to mimic his example. And so we have the Sapo Association. And that example, the example that Fred Guion set within Grand Gedeh Association was emulated by Green Coagilio, okay, the former president, because we held him accountable for our resources. I mean, to take $90,000 from people, that's not so much money. So Ben, the soldiers of justice, Dr. Poah, we held the man accountable. Because of that, we have this gentleman right here. Let's see, let me put myself, okay. So we have the gentleman, Mr. SINOE, okay. He was the former president of the USAA, Mr. Green Coagilio. He was the former president, right? So because we held him accountable because of embezzlement and corruption and peculation of our resources, the guys, they say, you know what, we're going to organize, we're going to get in a group, and we'll do something radical to divide the community. And that was exactly. So this guy was the engineer, or the brain beyond the decoupling of the Sapo Association, Mr. SINOE. So they formed an organization called the Sapo Development Organization, whatever they call it, SADA for short. All right. So the latest that we are getting, the founder of the defector. Let me see, man. Hello, 1 2 1 2. So the founder of that group, Mr. SINOE, recently resigned. All right, he resigned. And what precipitated the resignation of SINOE, the founder of SADA? Why did he resign? Okay, I'm going to give you what is coming into the speculation room of Voice of Sound. Again, we got two rooms here: the factual room and the speculation room. The speculation room, we got the information is authentic, but what we are lacking is the evidence to buttress the validity of the information. And that's why we put it in the speculation. But in the factual room, we have the evidence to supplement what we are saying. Okay. So now I'm in the speculation room of Voice of Sound right now. Okay. So Mr. SINOE, a wonderful, a great intellectual, you know, but you know, success, the plight of your people cannot be intellectualized. You know, when you intellectualize poverty, when you intellectualize lack of food, if you intellectualize lack of education amongst, if you intellectualize the lack of clean water, we can go on. And when you do that, it is to the detriment of those downtrodden people. Okay, so we have an intellectual who intellectualized the plight of our people because of some philosophy called Kabadeism. All right, I mean, you have to understand Kabadeism. The Sapo ethnic group is divided into 6 sections. Okay, so we have the Senkan, we have the Kabade, we have the Putu, we have the Nmopo, and we have the Weja, right? So the group from the Kabade group, the philosophy is Kabadeism, and the Senkan is Singoism. So we can go into the different ism, you know. So, but Green, the gentleman, the former national president of USA, this guy right here, this guy is related to him, and so Slebby Snid is saying, for the fact that the Sapo, the board members at the time, they were pursuing the president, he want to buttress his brother because they are all from Kabade. So that's when the philosophy of Kabadeism came in. Because the philosophy of Kabadeism says that do not leave your brother even if he is wrong. Do not leave your sister even if he or she is wrong, right? So the guy supported Green Code, even though Green Code were palpably wrong, you know, what he was doing to the community. All right, it was wrong. Using the money arbitrarily without the consent of the board of directors. Those different things. The checks were flying around. Again, he was mimicking the example of Mr. Fred Guion. During Fred Guion administration, checks were flying all over the place. So it's the same thing at the time on this gentleman. Okay. So now the guy that formed the group, Slebby Snid, the man resigned. Okay. This was the board chair for the same group, the SADA. This is Madam Kamala Ross. She was the board chair. She also resigned from the group. All right. This gentleman right here was the treasurer. That's Darren Moore. Darren Moore also resigned. This guy was the spokesperson for the group, Samuel Shibwe. He resigned. And as a matter of fact, he said he does not want to be part of the organization anymore. Okay. So this group is breaking apart. All right, breaking apart. So what is causing this division? What propelled Slebby Snid and others to leave the organization? Now, the current chair of the board of directors for SADA is this gentleman right there, call him Robert Tuba. Robert Tuba is the current chair of the board of directors. Robert Tuba, after this woman left, this guy took over. The current president is Dave Kuti. Okay, this gentleman is the current president for SADA. Now, this gentleman right here, we are told, that's the information percolating in the speculation room of voices. Okay, this gentleman is in contact with this guy in Liberia called Kingston Pine. Okay, Kingston Pine is working in concert with the board chair. And allegedly, anecdotally, the chair of the board of director is going into the account of the organization, SADA, and sending money to this guy. Okay. He is sending money. So because of this was discovered, because he was doing it clandestinely, the people did not know how to understand this guy has a history. When you were part of USAA, when they were going to Liberia, we gave him $500 to carry to our people in Johnson for the children to get back to school. The guy ate the money, you know. So he is the chair for the board right now. So, you know, the monkey can't leave your black hands beyond, right? So the man now is sending money allegedly to this gentleman right here. Okay, again, I'm using allegedly because I don't have the tangible evidence that we use that word a lot, you know, to verify. But that's the information coming into the speculation room. And that's the essence of the speculation room of Voices SINOE. All right. We speculate on the information that they send to us. So he is sending money to Kingston Pine. And the history is there. The same thing. They sent money to Liberia before 28,000. And that was brought the conflict. It was part of the conflict of USA. They sent the money surreptitiously to Liberia. And the guys were saying they're doing project, all the different things without going through the process that were put in place. Okay. So Kingston Pine and this guy allegedly they are working together. Okay. And the president, Dave Cooley, is not okay with that. So because of that, you have the fight, the financial fight. Slabby Snake tried to intervene, and him and the president, they got in a fight. Okay, they got, it was at the meeting, they almost got in a physical fight. The president threatened to fire this guy, Slabby Snake, and because of that, Slabby Snake resigned. You know, Slabby Snake said, you know what, I don't want to be disgraced by Dave Cooley, who does not know how the organization came about. So Dave Cooley threatened him to fire him, and Slabby Snake resigned. Okay, so the whole conflict, the whole fight that is going on, that is leading to the disintegration and possibly the death of SADA, is because of money. Okay, the same money business we chased there is the same thing that is going on right now within their midst. They're fighting among themselves who has control over the money, who has, and this should be done. Now, let me this information, it has substance to it, right? Because the guy that resigned, Samuel Shigbe, right? He wrote something after he basically improved his letter of resignation. Okay, he improved on it. So there is something in his edited version of his resignation letter. So I want to read that. I want to share that with you. What he said in that communication. Let me add it to the studio, and then I'll put it on the screen for us, because I don't want to read something that you don't know of. Or I'm a visual man. So let me put that up there for you quickly. Let me go in studio here and add the communication. Okay, let me add it there quickly. Give me a second. It's coming up. Allow into studio, add to media. Let me add this quick. All right, so this is it. Let me see. Hopefully I get the right one here. Yeah, right here. All right, so it's coming up there. So this is what Samuel Shigbe wrote. Okay, edited version of his recent letter of resignation. All right, and it validated what we are saying with the financial fight that going on. But you know, they will not say it straight up, right? But Samuel Shigbe said, "Dear friends, I want to express my deep gratitude." Okay, that's what Samuel Shigbe said. Let me see what I can up the volume. He said, "I want to express my deep gratitude for the relationships I have built during my time with SADA as a publicity chairman. Each of you has played a significant role in my journey, and I will cherish the memories we have created together. My decision was made with careful consideration. I have no personal grudges against members of SADA." Okay, something is going on. Something is going on. Just listen to him. He does not have personal grudges, right? So it's not personal. It's something that has to do with professionalism, something that hinges on ethics, right? It's not personal. It's about policy. It's about ideology and philosophy, right? So he made it clear that it's not personal. Let me read that again. My decision was made with careful consideration. I have no personal grudges against members of SADA. In SADA, I have built friends, family, and acquaintances, which I have no intention to harm in any form or manner. Okay, Samuel Shigbe continues. He said, I'm missing any form or manner, right? I never got to know people through SADA, but through our relationship, SADA came to life. My resignation, listen to this, my resignation is not in any way to seek attention, okay? Making it clear, or put people against each other. It is my deepest expectations that those of you who still have the strength, for him, he does not have the strength on him because they are trying to make sure that things work out the way they plan it, right? But he is weak right now because he tried and things are not working. So he said, those that still have the strength, right? Those that still have the strength to hold on, continue to build the legacy of our noble organization, SADA. He went on to say, my resignation is based on the issue of ethical standard. Okay, that's the word there. So Samuel Sheba told you that I don't have personal grudges against anybody, right? But he said, my resignation is based on the issue of ethical standard and policy, and not any individual within SADA. All right, let me see. My audio can go in and out. All right, not any issue like that nature. Is it like of that nature? So my resignation is based on the issue of ethical standard and policy, and not any individual within SADA. Let us continue to keep the respect for each other as we treat one another as one big family. Well, you're part of the family. You left the family already, but the key word over there, the key expression that we have to pay attention to is, he said that his resignation is based on the issue of ethical standard, right, and policy. So it has to do with the issue of ethics. Ethics is basically the study of wrong and right action, right? Wrong and right action. Okay, so he feels that things are not going the right way, especially when it comes to the finances of the organization. The resources of the organization are not being used the way it's supposed to be. All right. Some people are funding the fund. They are taking the money and putting it in areas that they're not supposed to. The chairman of the board of directors, for example, allegedly sending money to Liberian, to Kingston Pine, all right, and not letting the process to play out, or going through the financial protocol they put in place. Okay, so because of that, SADA is going away. Because it started a long time. You got to understand, again, the chairperson of the board of directors, he said, I don't want to be the chair again. Something is wrong. Something is fundamentally wrong within SADA. That's why this educated woman who was leading there, leading them in the right direction, and they were not lifted. So Madam Clement said, I don't want to be part of leadership anymore. I'll just be somewhere and just come when I party time, I can't participate. When I contribution, I make my contribution. She resigned. And Darius, who is the financial man, he was the financial guy for USAA before as well. Darius said, I don't want to be financial person, and I'm the treasurer for the organization. I don't want to serve in that capacity anymore. Samuel Shebwell, who is the spokesperson for the organization, I don't want to be, he said, I resign as a monopoly. I don't want to be part of the organization anymore. This guy did not quit, but he quit his position, but he did not quit. It's not sure whether he's still part of the organization, but we know for sure Samuel Shebwell, he has nothing to do with SADA anymore. Okay. And then again, who else resigned? The latest one is Mr. Sleb. As a matter of fact, we are told that Slebby actually resigned before everybody else. You know, he was the man who established SADA. He resigned from his position because he's the chairman for the coordinator for a project coordinator. That's his title. But he quit his position. Okay, so it is about ethical problem. It's ethics. You know, that's what's going on. The guys are not going the right way. All right, they're using the organization money, and certain people are not happy with that. Okay, the president and the founder, they almost fought Dave Cooley at the meeting. It was chaotic. It was serious, and because of that, Dave Cooley threatened Mr. Slebby, and Mr. Snee resigned. All right, he said, I don't want to be fired by the president. I will just resign so I can keep that record that I wasn't terminated. All right. So this is what's going on with SADA right now. The organization, those of you that can pray, y'all go do your fast and prayer. It's not going to hold. Things are falling apart. The center is not going to hold. Okay, that's the issue with SADA that I want to share with you. One more thing that I want to conclude here before I go. So I think I told you about our lawmaker, Mr. Alex Thunderbolt Noah. He was suspended before for 3 months, and again, the House of Representatives they have suspended him again. extended, if you like, extended his suspension for additional 30, they call it 30 section days, which is about 2 months. Okay, his suspension have been extended because according to them, non-compliance. Okay, he's not complying with the first one. They suspended him, they gave him things that he should not do, and he violated those things. So because of that, his suspension have been extended. As a result, SINOE County District Number 3, no representation in the Capitol building right now. There were 7 that were suspended, and then only 1 person reinstated. That's the only person that complied with what they put in place. But like the likes of Senator Noah and the other 6 guys, they say they are not going to comply with the order because it is about themselves. It is not about the people that sent them, the people that voted for them. It's not about the people's interest. It's about them. They want to put their personal egos first. It's this sort of masculinity. Who has balls than the other person? So they are fighting. It's about fighting each other. The minority blood, the majority blood, they are fighting. Who is stronger? It's not about the people. The poor people that they are representing, it's not about them. The guys they have obliterated those people from their mind. No, it's about themselves. They want to show who has power, who has strength. So Senator Noah is right now. No, he's not in the Capitol building anymore. He's walking around town and doing nothing for us. Even though he's supposed to do something for us, that's why we elected him. His office reported that a town in his district, Galway Town or Chewulu Town, those two, that's the same town, they got the same name. The town does not have clean water because the creek, the people can fetch water to drink. That creek has been contaminated by a company that Senator Noah and others to carry there to dig gold. So the company contaminated the creek. As a result, the people don't have clean water. So the people now, they are making SOS call to their brothers and sisters in the U.S. to intervene. Okay? To intervene because the lawmaker abandoned them and he was having 4 days birthday celebration. That's why he was celebrating his birthday for 4 days. I was like, what is wrong with this boy, Senator Noah? Why do you need to celebrate birthday for 4 days? Even if it is not for 2 days, why do you need 2 days? What have you done? What have you accomplished that you need 4 days celebration? The people themselves will celebrate you when you are doing something right. It's not you organizing your birthday and 4 days you have in celebration and your people don't have water to drink. No clean water in your district. But you're having birthday celebration in Monrovia for 4 days. He's telling the people when you come in, everybody should bring gift for me. What have you done before you are demanding it? Nobody demands gift from people. They bring it voluntarily. But Senator Noah will demand, all of you that come in, and when you come in tomorrow, you have to bring gift for me or else you will not enter my compound. I was like, what? What kind of guy we have here? And they have their weird legislative report and they say that the achievement. The man said, leadership, accessibility, the achievement. I was like, what? If you don't have anything to show to the people, you write all sort of things. So that what they were doing, they're just writing stuff and say, leadership, accessibility, the achievement. I said, what? What the Nigerian man would say? Yeah, the $100,000. His colleague, Mr. Representative Romeo Poah, reported to us before even the conflict. He reported all the lawmakers, the senator, for them to get more than the representative because they cover a whole county. The representative, let me see here, the senator, this is the lawmaker that reported to us, Mr. Romeo Poah. He the one reported that, all of us, the government, they gave $100,000, and my $100,000, I will use it to build a library in my district. Up to now, no one block has been laid in district number 1. He went to a program to the children. They invited him. That's when he made a report, Mr. Romeo Poah. He said they gave all of them $100,000, and he is coming to he went there and said, the other people will not tell you, but I'm telling you, they give $100,000 United States dollars each. Okay, and mine, I will use it to build a library in my district. Y'all go ask the other lawmakers to come and report to you. Okay, so the $100,000. Mr. Senator Noah has now reported to us what he did with it. Meanwhile, the people in his district number 3, a town in district number 3 does not have water. The water is polluted according to his own office, according to a chief of office staff, okay, the COS, Oliver Davis, wrote an article, wrote and replying to Dr. Sayapode in that communication reported that a town in Sonny Boy's district, in this Ggaa district, it is polluted. The people are drinking from a creek. In 2025, human beings drinking from the creek. Imagine. And this guy does not care and say, you know what? I am a rule of law man. That rule of law elected me. So I'm a rule of law caucus. I'm not going to do something for my people. I think Mr. Kuya was smart. He said, you know what? The people of district number 3, they elected me. You know, and I told them, I want to bring agriculture. I want to bring healthcare, development, women empowerment. So going to Kofa, who wants to be a speaker because of the budget, I'm not going to stay with him. So Mr. Romeo Kuya Ben and all Baku in the game say, you know what, I need to wear my Gucci belt and Gucci shoes now. I got to go on the side where I will have access to money. So Mr. Romeo Kuya switched gear. One would think that Romeo Kuya, who has been in Liberian politics for a long time, Sonny Boy Noah will follow him. Why is it that Romeo left the minority black? Because he knows that you cannot do anything because the majority black is the one that caught in the shot right now. Where is the money? Who is approving the budget? And Sonny Boy Noah, I mean, they carried them to the Supreme Court the other day for the guys to pay them, even though he said the guy's action is ultra varies. You know, they said that. The guys are working beyond their scope, all right? But then they go through the same guys to go so they can pay them. Okay, the guys the same people that you say they are illegitimate, they approve a budget, but you want to get paid from the same budget. You took them to court, but you don't want to work with them, but you want to get paid from the budget that they approve. I mean, what kind of logic, what kind of sense does it make? So Romeo went on the side of where the money is so that at least he will advocate for his district. But Sonny Boy Noah said, no, I will remain. That Kofa elected me and I will stay with Kofa no matter what. I'm a rule of law man. I believe in rule of law. I said, what? And so you abandon your people because of Kofa? Kofa from Grand Cru, the most backwards county in Liberia, the Grand Cru. Even though Grand Cru produced George Weah, it produced Abachi, who was the Senate Pro Tem, and it produced Kofa, who was the speaker. And go see Grand Cru, is the least developed county in Liberia. But I remember Sonny Boy Noah ceased to be his mentor. He is beyond Kofa. That Kofa elected. It's not about the people in district number 3 that don't have clean water to drink, that don't have access to electricity, that don't have access to school, that disease killing. He came to the U.S. the other day. We had a press. You know what he said? Alan Johnson said, he said the education system in Liberia is a mess. Sonny Boy, you know what he said? The healthcare system in SINOE, district number 3 is a mess. That's why he himself said that. But instead of going where he can leverage some funds to help to improve the healthcare condition in his district, he said, no, I'm a rule of law man. I'm staying with Kofa. This is a political house. What is going on in the Capitol building is political. All right? The judiciary, the lawyers, the justices right now, they have rules. If any of their friends violate that rule, they will suspend that person. Okay? So Kofa did something and the guy said they don't want the guy. All right? And Kofa has not been functioning for months. But Sonny Boy Noah said, no matter what, I am with Kofa. Kofa, the Mapa, that the man that elected me, that he the one brought me, is not the people of district number 3 that don't have clean water. No, I will stay with Kofa. I said, what? What is wrong with this brother? Is it politics or religion where you say no matter what I will die for Jesus? No. Politics is not religion. You're not going to die for Muhammad. No. It is about the people that you're representing. So you have to be politically savvy. It's a political house. You got to make the move that will benefit your people. No, you can't make a move that will be at the detriment of your people. Sonny Boy Noah is harming our district. No money in the local government budget for the people to renovate their buildings and rehabilitate structure to do what they're supposed to do. That is why when he's ready, he takes some of our $100,000 that he did not report to us. He will go there and post zinc over a city hall, and the people clapping for him. The guys reported that Senator Noah gave $25,000 to market women. Liberian dollar, US dollar, so which is about $5 million Liberian dollars. He said they give it to market women. Okay, so assuming he gave $25,000, that $100,000, how much left? That's $75,000. What did you do with the $75,000? Assuming you gave that $25,000 to the people, so 25 minus 100, you got still 75. So what did you do with 75,000? No accountability. You go see Senator Noah compound doing his 4-day celebration. They will show you your compound. You get over 10 vehicles in that compound. The whole compound is filled with cars. Yeah, man, a lot of cars in your compound, and people don't have water in your district. And they had the audacity to say, "Oh, that's how you put it. You in America, and your people don't have water." Was I elected by the people of my district? Was I elected by the people of SINOE County? No. It's Sonny Boy Noah they elected. They gave all the resources. They say, you know what? We'll give our money to Sonny Boy Noah. Yes, $100,000. Go and give the people water. And the people don't have water. And they say they blame it. That's how you put it. Why did you take your woman, your wife for birthday, and put her in the headquarters, and your people? Did I use our county $100,000 to take my wife for birthday celebration? No, I did not. Sonny Boy Noah is the one that has the mandate of the people. He is the one that people gave the power to say, we want our life to be better. And then the people are water in 2025, people are drinking from the creek. And that man reported that thing. I said, you don't know you are exposing yourself and your office that you're not doing anything? You're reporting, you want to say you're arguing with that. Oh, your people, where your man come from, no water there. That's why I put you and Sonny Boy Noah there to do something. You know what it means to be a political representative for the people, and you say no water where you are leading? You know what that means? You know what you are saying? You are making fool out of yourself. You're not doing anything for your people. That's what it means. You don't point at somebody who is in the diaspora who was not elected by the people. If you need my help, you come and say, oh, that's how you put it, will need your help. It will be fine, but you don't use it as a point of argument. You are not doing yourself justice. You are harming yourself. When you can say, oh, you take your well, you use helicopter. Okay, whose money am I using? Am I using district number 3 money? Am I using taxpayer money? No. I work, even though I work for government here, but this money that I work for, Sonny Boy Noah is not working. He has been sitting home for months. But then a compound filled with cars. And no water in our district. In Gadway's town, where my mom is from, that according to the man, they say my mom town, no water. But the same Sonny Boy Noah, we had a meeting with him. You know what he told us on the meeting? I have no apology. That's how he started his speech. I have no apology for what I'm about to say. I electrified my mom town. Okay. Congratulations for putting power in your mom town. But you could not even give the people in your not mom town, where your mom did not come from. You couldn't give them one hand pump too. You cannot get them clean water. You put light in your mom town. Which one is important here? The people that are drinking dirty water, according to them, the water is contaminated. That the main language are using. A chief of office staff, COS, Oliver Davis. That's what he said. Sonny Boy Noah office reported that the people in Chewulu town or Galway town, they don't have clean water. It's an emergency. SOS call. They are calling their brothers and sisters in the United States because they don't have clean water. Their lawmaker abandoned them. The man is coming to the U.S. and sitting on spoon talk and talking all type of yama. But if people don't have water in the district, no water there. And the man they started the conflict in the building. They played fragmented. He came to the U.S. and sat there and abandoned a district. His district. He abandoned the people he came to sit in the U.S. And he on spoon talk. Now he became talk show host. The last time he said, oh, that you are talk show host. Hey, da. But the whole 2 months Sonny Boy Noah was here, you were on spoon talk 24/7 talking. Even though the same Sonny Boy Noah, then when they were running campaign, they said spoon talk is Radio Kigali. They were calling about you on radio. That's the bundle of contradiction we have in SINOE County. And this is the man that the people elected. we elected this young man to make a difference in the lives of our people. No, the man is exacerbating the plight of our people. And I'm not going to be quiet. I'm going to be here the same way we remove Milton Tiaji. We allow Milton Tiaji to serve one term. We will make sure Sonny Noah serve one term. We want to do the same thing. The history is there. The people of SINOE County, they are savvy. They are very smart. The history has been established. The great Mabutu Nyumpa, an engineer, very educated guy. When the people read it, guess what? The protester, he said one term. They took him from there. They took Mabutu for the one term. They took Tiaje from there one term. Sonny Noah is not an excuse. Even Sonny Noah, Godfather, what they call Judge Weah, the people ready to talk, they gave him only one term. So Sonny Noah should not feel he is indispensable. We will remove the man, especially when that Sayapode the esoteric, the spokesperson for the elders and the ancestors is on your back. You are finished. You are finished. Sooner rather than later, all that plenty card that you get in your company, you will not maintain there again. Because it is because our power that you are maintaining your vehicle, you are buying all the plenty cars, and you are on a teleconference and telling us, I come and build 2 more houses for myself. And we are telling you, dude, this is not the right way to go. Building houses for yourself is not the problem we have in Liberia. Our people are suffering. Don't build all these mansions for yourself. History is replete. Some of these things, you got to know them. Joseph Jenkins Roberts then build houses. Where are the houses right now? Stephen Allen Benson, the door, the charge of the houses, the mansion they built, everything gone. So the lasting legacy that you can build for yourself is to build the people, to improve the condition of the people. And the people will build monuments for you, even if you are not here. That's why we still got Martin Luther Boulevard and all over the place, because of what the guy, he did not build houses for himself. Gandhi did not build mansion for himself. But when you go to India, they call him the father of India, because he sought the interests of the people. But these basic historical lessons, they are all over the place. But Sonny Noah is not learning anything. When we, the sages that talk to the elders and the ancestors, will talk to Sonny Noah, he doesn't. He shows his nose in the air, because now he's a representative. Oh, those are you that are not being elected as community chairman. Okay, be saying that. Say that to us. And your people don't have water in the district for them to drink. And you're pointing the finger at that's how you put a way in the US. Okay, saying you're abandoned my man town, I will do something. I know now is discrimination going on in SINOE County. That's what Sonny Noah is doing. Because Gadwe Town is where that's how you put a mother is from. Therefore, we abandon the place. Because the man is criticizing me, I will not pour water for the people to children, the mother, the elders to drink, even though they voted for you. And you are protesting against me, punishing our people and subjugating them to death. That's what you are doing. You said the water dirty. And that's why I am so embarrassed that young man who is the COS for Sonny Noah, he came from the same place that you're telling me that no water. And I was thinking to myself, that young man could not tell Sonny Noah to have just 1 day celebration and the other morning, because 4 days celebration, that's a lot of money you are spending. Okay. Why you can't have 1 day celebration for your birthday and then the other money you divert it, go get water for the people over there? You could not think about something like that? You could not? This is the conundrum of SINOE. Sonny Noah is nowhere in the Capitol building right now. When he comes back again, the same thing he did, he will start advocating for his salary, because that's what you are doing. When the president suspended people the other time for non-compliance, not submitting their asset, majority of the people from Sonny Noah district, majority of the people from Sonny Noah district. And when I confronted him on the teleconference, he said, I don't want to tell them not to submit their asset. I said, what? Do you know what it means to be the representative of the people? Do you understand that, Sonny Noah? Do you understand what it means to be a representative of the people? And you say they don't submit their asset, that their business, and that what the president took them, and you are on Facebook and making fun out of it. All right. There are people, they're taking food from your people's mouth. It is your job for these people to make sure that they submit their assets so they can be on payroll. But no, Sonny Noah said, I ain't business. He didn't tell them not to submit their assets. What makes you the political representative of the people? What makes you the leader of the people? And so now they submitted a petition so he can get his salary and all those different things. But what people, whether they get salary or not, he doesn't care. Now he has been suspended. When he comes back, you'll be advocating for his salary again. You go sue again so they can pay him. Even though he says the group is illegal. The majority black is operating illegally. But then he wants the budget that the people approve, he wants to get paid for it. Yeah. So that the man is the contradictions of contradiction. Not him. He's a colosseum of contradiction. And he says a rule of law, man. He took rule of law over the survival of the people. The people don't have drinking water in Sonny Boy Noah's district. In 2025, no clean water. His spokesperson, his chief of office staff reporting that to us. That's what we are now, SINOE County. You'll continue to put the wrong people in power. Let it bring back a rest to you. They'll put them there. And your children cannot go to good school. The government officials that said that they're doing projects, they can't send their children into those schools. No, they send them somewhere else. Because they know no quality in those institutions, those buildings that they say they're building. So they send their children somewhere and they say, oh, I build school in my district. Even though your child is not going there, your family members are not going to that school. No. And so it's about the betterment of their lives. It's not about the people. And so my mother's town, since it has been abandoned by Sonny Boy Noah and his office staffers, they say because Dr. Poah is criticizing Sonny Boy Noah, and therefore, where Dr. Poah is strong, no, the people would not have access to any resources. No, they would divert the thing somewhere else. The man say he electrify the whole region. They say Wedger. That's a whole region in SINOE County, that whole place. The man say electrify the place. Even though we were saying our reporter there to do a recording at night to see how Wedger looks at night. But the man brag on the stellar conference. I electrify my mom player. I have no apology for that. I said, okay, boss, thank you. Time for breaking. But you could not give the people of Galway town a little hand pump, brother. You could not do that. And you pointing finger at that for taking his queen on helicopter ride on her birthday. I'm not using public resources. I wasn't hired by the people of District Number 3. I'm not their representative. If I'm doing anything in SINOE County, I'm doing it at my own volition as something that I want to do. And so don't compare me to a public servant, the man that we elected to seek our interests and decided to have a birthday, 4-day birthday celebration for himself. Why people don't have drinking water in the county? Yeah. Don't do that weird. You continue to do weird comparison. You continue with that thing. And I will be here to bring sense to the issue, like the late Mama D would say. We'll bring sense, we'll bring logic to the argument, because you guys are not making sense. A private man using your own money to make a queen happy. And he said, oh, you rent a whole helicopter and no water in your mom's town. And the other one you elected a couple of years ago, 1 year, I know 1 or 2. The other one you elected, my niece, Sonny Boy Noah, ain't go blame me for what Sonny Boy Noah did not do. It's a failure on your part not to have water in one of your towns, in your district. You failed the people. Sonny Boy Noah failed. Sonny Boy Noah is a failure. All the staffers in our office, you failed the people of District Number 3 for not having basic drinking water for the people. And you pointing a finger at the spokesperson of the elders and ancestors. You can't do that. You failed. And I want to see you do better next time. Next time. The failure of the 4 years you improve. The 4 areas, Sonny Boy Noah, 3 areas. Lawmaking, providing oversight, representation, advocacy. The men did not do anything. The report they put out, man, did not get anything accomplished in those areas. They're talking about Palava Hall, Town Hall, that is supposed to be the job of the city mayor. Are supposed to do that. Sonny Boy Noah is doing the city mayor job because he wants to get him Martin Sanoto election time. So he says, oh, I post Chinese in over the building. Meanwhile, the people don't have water on our side to drink. All right, guys, that's how we're ending it for the day. We'll deal with these guys. Make sure you do the right thing for our people. We're not going to be quiet around here. while our people are suffering, you're pointing finger at the wrong people. You failed. You failed the people. Stop pointing finger at that side. You put the esoteric. I'm not your leader. I am not the political representative of your county. So I can give my wife any tree I want to. All right, guys, I'm out. I want to say thank you for following Voice of SINOE. Appreciate you. See you next Thursday. We are making effort to bring Gilman. Gilman, the candidate for Team Amwenu, the gentleman right here, to be our next guest. We will do our best to see what we can get in contact with him. This gentleman right here will bring Gilman to expound as well, to share his vision and agenda with us, so we can see what he has for us, and then we can compare, see whether we'll vote for Edith Poah or not. You know, when Gilman brings something good, I'll vote for Gilman. I'll vote for Edith Poah. You know, so we'll hear from Gilman and Madam Slew as well. But that being said, guys, I want to say thank you so much. Thank you for following us today. We appreciate you all the time for being here. My queen is following. Madam Freeman, we want to say thank you for following the show. Edith Sherman, thank you for following the show. Lloyd Jella, thank you. Ruth Soen, thank you for following the show. Patience Quaid, thank you for following. Madam Edith Poah, thanks for your time. I'm seeing Simon Talu, thanks for following the show. Prince Lay, thanks for following the show. Conti D Conti, thanks for following the show. Richard Ricardo Reeves, thanks for following the show. Bali, thanks for following the show. Tina Malin, how you doing? Thanks for following the show as well. Ophelia Yoni, thanks for following the show. Mr. Prince Double, thanks for following the show. Who here I didn't call? So if I don't call your name, guys, I want to say thank you so much for following. We appreciate you. See you next Thursday on Voice of SINOE, beginning at 12 p.m. Eastern. We'll be here. So we'll start out with Edith Poah, and we're going to end with Edith Poah music as well. Talk to you again.
Grand Gedeh Association in America. Edith Poah all the way. Can you? Seba. Attends.